What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Adrian Mattel Drones. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody has been having a good week, good weekend. It's been great for me. A good day at work. Had to work the whole day. I'm sorry, half a day today. Trying to make a little bit of money. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. Got my drone back up. Of course, my DJI FPV drone back up. I actually bought my own freaking parts, but I believe, as you guys can actually see, one of my topics, DJI grabs and complaints. Let me start by saying that DJI customer service, part of my French, some people didn't actually like, you know what I mean, what I said about them, but the customer service fucking sucks. They really do. Those people, I mean, it seems like they just care about, you know what I mean, just everybody just keep buying the freaking drone. If you just spend a little bit of time, you know what I mean, focusing on your customers, you might get more people buying your crap instead of going somewhere else. I'm disappointed, you know what I mean. But with that being said, I do have a few people in the green room. Let me go ahead and bring him in, but just give me a minute. I do want to say what's going on to Mr. Matt Condiff. How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming in. Danny, the view chase. I'll see you in the background. I'll be in a minute, sir. Mr. Crazy Hope, how you doing, buddy? Justin, what's going on, bro? I see you in the background. Got your little microphone ready. Mr. Night Train, hey Night Train, your link is in the email if you want to join, sir. Who else do we have here? Who else? Mr. AZ Drone Dude, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming in, brother. I appreciate your support. Now let me go ahead and bring in everybody. Before I do that, I do want to go ahead and concentrate on each topic. You know what I mean? The DJI grabs and complaints, then the other one, then the other one, then all the way to the last one. I also do want you guys to go ahead and give me your opinion about what you guys think of what I said in the video. I just think that it's just too early for me to have any issues with that drone. It could just be the cable, which obviously it is. But you know what I mean? I think the cable is just a piece of crap. How you doing, Aldia? Your link is in the email if you want to join, sir. With that being said, let me go ahead and bring in the first person. How you doing, Crazy Hope?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing, little boy?
I'm doing. You know what? It's in your nature. You're from Texas. It's in your nature. I'm not even going to argue with you. Is that pot roast?
Hell no, that's a ribeye, young man.
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize, brother.
Ribeye. No apologies necessary. Customer service around here.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. DJ TKO 1967? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Mr. JRCs, how you doing, bro? Thank you for coming in, buddy. I really appreciate you. Let me bring in the other person. What's going on, Justin?
How's it going?
How you doing, buddy?
I don't
good.
I don't appreciate DJI making you mad, Adrian.
Let me go ahead and be Mr. Danny. How you doing, bro?
Hey guys, good evening. How's everybody doing?
Mr. Danny.
We're doing all right, man.
All right.
Well, yeah. Since I do have a few guys here, DJ TKO 96, I met you at the drone meeting. Oh man, it was good meeting you, man. It was good meeting you as well, brother. I probably don't remember the DJ TKO 1967 name, but man, you know what? Since I got to meet you, you were obviously a cool person. There goes my email right there, buddy. Go ahead and send me an email, and I'll send you a link if you ever want to join. Nitrain said, I like my DJI FPV. I don't like the goggles issues. I don't either. I think it's just too early for the BS. If you guys could go ahead and get right onto it, I want to ask you guys personally. First of all, what do you guys think about the video and the way I express myself? One by one, please. Anybody go ahead and jump in.
You could curse DJI.
How do you feel about it, Danny? How do you think I express myself?
Well, you know, I'm not sure why you didn't return it, but I would have definitely raised some hell. And I saw that DJI responded to your email, to your video. So
yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But check this out, Danny. They respond to my video, but I've been on their ass for a week and a half, almost a week and a half.
That's fucked up.
You follow what I'm saying? I mean, I've been on them for a while. So this is not the first call or the first email. But they finally went ahead and got in touch with me after they seen the video that I made. It's funny how things go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, and everybody keep telling me, "Oh, we're gonna have somebody call you back." No call. We're gonna have somebody call you back. No call. We're gonna have somebody call you back. No call. Finally, after going and going and going and going, our supposedly supervisor got a hold of me. They said talking about, "Oh, how you doing, Gary Brown Aries? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, man. Hey, Gary, I'll send you a link to your email if you want to hop on in, sir." Anyway, Danny, Justin, Chris, everybody in the chat. So finally, got in contact with me. They're talking about, oh, whatever issue you're having is not something that we could fix over the phone. We need you to send your drone back, and we'll send you another one.
What?
This is the thing.
I send you
I keep asking them from the beginning. If I send you my drone, that is a brand new drone, are you going to send me a new one?
How long have you had the drone, Adrian?
When I bought it on March 30th, and I got it March 31st. But keep in mind, I waited a week for me to even open it. I'm sorry,
you haven't even had it a whole month.
Where'd you buy it from?
Best Buy.
Carry it back.
No, but
Yeah, I would have taken it back.
It ain't even 30 days yet.
yes, correct. But watch this, Chris.
14 days.
Correct. A matter of fact, actually, I got 2 years for me to take it back to Best Buy and get all my money back if I want to.
Oh, cool.
But this is the thing. So basically, because I have an account with them, let me put it that way. That's the reason why I have an account with them. So anyway, send it back and we'll send you another one. I keep asking it, well, you're gonna send me a brand new one. Well, I'm sorry, but we can't promise you to send you a new one. That's unacceptable. I told him that's unacceptable. No, I don't think so. It ain't no way that I'm gonna send you a brand new drone and you're gonna send me a refurbished one that you actually repair for somebody crashing it, or they probably flew the heck out of it, and you're gonna send me a beat up one. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking it. And I told him, hell no, I'm not doing it.
They need more customer service in the U.S. Like,
long story short,
locations.
But exactly. But see, anytime you get somebody, you know what I mean. And I don't even want to sound that way, Justin. But to answer you, it's not somebody that sounds like they're in the U.S. You know what I mean? It sounds like they're somewhere else. You follow me? And then you could actually get them quicker through the stupid freaking app, the DJI app. You know what I mean? Like through the little, the little chat line or whatever. But then again, they keep promising you every freaking thing and nothing ever gets done. So I actually took the time to go on their website again. And I order some more stuff and I order a cable. Pop the cable in without even charging the battery. Popped it in, turned it on. Guess what? The cable was the freaking problem.
Oh, man.
So,
yeah, but I never heard of that problem, so it's got to be a random problem.
And this is another thing. Before I even ordered the cable, I had to wait because the cable were actually on back order. So obviously, I'm not the only one having an issue with the cable. Because for them to be a big company, you know they're gonna have a big supply of, you know what I mean, or extra stuff on the, you know what I mean, on the website. They didn't even have any cable. I had to wait for the cables to be in stock again. So when they were in stock, I bought me one. I got it. I flew it the other day. Beautiful, like brand new. There's nothing wrong with the drone. You know what I mean, Chris, Justin, and Danny, everybody in the chat. If you listening, there's nothing wrong with the drone. The drone flies great, no flaws, no nothing. It's just that freaking cable. So again, I got a brand new cable that I purchased. They didn't even send me another one. I purchased the cable.
Sound like problem solved. Let's go on. Customer service, man, that's been their number one problem for 5 years for me when I got into it. I think the first conversation.
Well, they need customer service in the U.S. where you don't have to go through China, where you can go to a U.S. authorized dealer, and they can approve whether you need a replacement or whatever, versus you even having to deal with anybody in China. You shouldn't even have to be dealing with that. If we're one of DJI's biggest, if not biggest market, then they need to have more of that over here. Yeah. To where we can walk into a store just like Apple or anything else, T-Mobile, AT&T, to get your electronics replaced.
As a matter of fact, Justin, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you in Orlando. I saw on the website they have a DJI authorized dealer in Orlando. Do you know?
I'm not in Orlando. I'm between Orlando and Tampa.
Okay,
I'm
well, there's
about an
one in
hour each
Orlando.
way.
There's one in Orlando, in Tampa. I think they said in Sarasota. I think another one. So they have like 10 or 20 in Florida.
So would you be able to take your drone to one of them?
But check this out. I'm not taking my drone anyway. I pretty much solved the problem myself so far.
But I'm saying when they have you send the drone back, does it go back to China or does it go to one of those stores?
Dude, they're not answering that question. I don't even know where the hell my drone is going to. If I send it, all they did was send me a link to a prepaid, postage label in the email, and told me you'll go to UPS, drop it off, send it, and then after we check your drone thoroughly to make sure that you were not the one that destroyed the drone and then claim it was wrong with it, then we might send you one. If not, we're gonna send you your same drone back to you. So they obviously didn't even take the time to go ahead and look at the video. I even tell them, if you want to see the problem that I have, watch the video. I showed it to you. It's right there. The second the power came on, and I turned it on and I moved the little cable, what do you see? The power went off right away. I wasn't making it up. I was right there.
I don't even know why they're
goggles, or was it just where the battery connects to the cable?
No. Let me put it this way. It is a USB Type C cable. You know what I mean? This piece right here, that piece. Okay. But because the way that the goggle is, they designed it for you to put the battery in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you put the battery in your pocket, obviously, but with all the twisting and turning, you know what I mean? The cable is just a piece of junk. You would think that by them being such a big company, they will make the cable really durable. You know what I mean? To where it will withstand a lot of, a lot of pressure, a little beating up, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But the cable is so crappy to the point it just like, you know what I mean, from all, having it in your pocket, you know what I mean, taking it in and out, pocket, you sit down, you put pressure on it, and just, screwed up.
This is my thing, though. It's like, oh, go ahead.
I wonder why they didn't make it like the Fat Shark, with the cable in the back, with the strap and stuff. You don't have to like drag that cable.
That's another thing that I was saying, because I have the bulky white DJI goggles. You know what I mean? The big one that make you look at your freaking Star Wars. The big one. I have them, and don't get me wrong, they work. They're heavy. You know what I mean? But it works. But the latency on that one is crappy. Like the latency on this one is like 0 to like absolutely nothing compared to the other one. Because hold on, Danny, but you flying FPV, the latency gotta be minimal for you to be able to know where to turn. Because that drone, whole ass. That drone is really fast. You know what I mean? So you gotta be able to see where you're going. At whatever speed you're flying it at. So again, I was like, well, why don't you just being such a big company? Why don't you make the battery like an internal battery? You know what I mean? Nobody answered me.
Well, see, that's what my point was. Is I think that they went with the cable because they wanted it to feel like an actual normal FPV drone when they could have built the battery, either a slot for a battery to go into that you could remove or a built-in battery. But I think they were trying to make it as much as a normal FPV as possible. But I think it would have been smarter just to build a battery either inside or do like a slot, kind of like the Mini 1 and Mini 2, where you can slide it in and out.
With that being said, let me go ahead and welcome a couple of people. How you doing, Asgard? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in. We also got Mr. JDS Flying Cannon. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in to the stream. Who else do we have? We got John Chef Jody. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Hey, Makan, your link is in the email if you want to join the panel, sir. Who else came in?
Casey.
Mr. WTF Mike, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, man. Who else came in? Tim Jackson, how you doing, bro? Thank you for coming in, brother. Howdy. You have your link in the email, Tim, if you want to go and join the panel, sir. Who else do we have? Corey, man, how you doing, sir? Thank you for coming in, buddy. Really appreciate your support. Another thing that I want to go ahead and pop in here is, as you guys know, that I actually went ahead and went with the paid plan for StreamYard. But normally it's only 6 people, including myself. And you know what I mean? I'm actually paying a monthly fee. You know what I mean? For me to have 10 or more And this is not monetary, but if anybody want to go and help a little bit, you know what I mean? The email is right there. The PayPal email is right there, going across the screen. I will also drop it in the chat every now and then. And if you feel like, whatever you can, again, this is not monetary, just to help on the channel, please feel free to do so. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I got another thing that has to do with just the goggles from the FPV drone. Now everybody's saying that in the goggles, it says that the Air 2S is in there, but if you go, the Air 2S is in there. Like the programming for it to be linked to it. But if you go to DJI's website, it says that they have no plans to link that or the smart controller, so it's kind of contradictory.
Really?
Unfortunately, Justin, from what I heard, that's impossible. It's not going to happen. Maybe, but that's not going to happen.
That's the deal breaker, man.
How you doing, Mr. Jones? How you doing, Jones? Thank you for coming in. Mr. Bob Casey, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in. So I really appreciate your support. Hey, Bob Casey, your link is in your email if you want to. Carlos, back from the sky. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. The link is in the email, Carlos, if you want to go and come on in, you crazy bastard, if you want to join.
I went with the paid. What plan did you go with, Adrian? The second or third tier?
I think I went with the...
Was it the 1080p streaming one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I did too.
Yes. Let me go and welcome Mr. Michael McGranos. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Who else do we have here that I did not see? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we have Mr. Ray Kelly in the background. Mr. I'm not going to get the Mavic Air 2S, but he still got it anyway. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Adrian.
Ray Kelly, hey, good evening.
Justin and the View Chaser. How you guys doing?
How's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
Ray, how can you forget the celebrity, Mr. Chris Hope? What's wrong with you?
I said Chris.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said hello, Chris.
I'm just Chris. Plain old Chris.
Everybody in the chat too.
But anyway, Justin, to answer you for what you just said, with a V2, you cannot do that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it is either, but I know a lot of people were hoping it was going to.
I mean, think about it. A lot of people wish anything, but it doesn't mean they're going to make it true. You know what I mean? I didn't think that the Mavic Air 2 battery will work with the Air 2S, and it does. You know what I mean? They work.
I don't know why it can't just be compatible with all their drones, though. Like, what does it really matter?
But one thing that it is compatible, though, Justin, that if I'm not mistaken, that I heard is that my V2 goggles will work with the Air 2S, if I'm not mistaken.
But the thing is like, if I have a Mavic Mini 2, why can't I just go buy a set of goggles if I really want to do that? Like, if anything, that's keeping me from wanting to buy a pair because none of my drones are compatible with it. But if my drones were compatible with it, I might think about going and getting a pair.
But the thing is, Justin, is that a lot of people do gripe and complain about it, and DJI listen to some people sometimes. But I believe that DJI listen to the big people channels, not the little people like me and you. That's my opinion. They could be mad at me all they want. I'm already pissed off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm just disappointed with the way they treated me. That's all it is.
Yeah, because I just don't see how it affects their business by unlocking it for a Mini 2 or having it for the FPV drone. You're going to use it with whatever drone you have. I mean, but like I said, I don't want to go out and buy a $600 pair of goggles if I can't use them with any of my drones. But if I could, I probably would.
I mean, that's kind of the same thing with the smart controller. I would like to get it, but for that price, I could buy me a brand new freaking drone.
Right. You could go out and buy that one tablet that's especially made for drones. They have that one tablet.
Oh,
But that's the thing. For the amount of money, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not.
And I think that tablet's only like $300 or $400 or something.
And I understand.
It's like 600.
Yeah.
But still, I got my phone and I got my iPad. I don't need nothing.
Think about it too. The smart controller doesn't even have the good enough range like the controllers do. From what a lot of people have said that have it, they said they get less of a range on it than using the regular standard controller.
Yeah, I think it's the nits what counts in those tablets.
Hey, DJ TKO, if I'm not mistaken, you actually can go to the DJI store locally and buy whatever you want. From what I've read so far, correct me if I'm wrong. JDS Flying Conic, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good, brother. And yeah, man, I actually went ahead and fixed the problem myself without their help. Matter of fact, I spent more money with them just to go ahead and fix it. Ain't that a bitch? But I got it done.
Were you able to buy a cable just like at Walmart, or?
No. I went, like I said, Justin, I went to the actual DJI website and I went to purchase something else, and I purchased the cable, through them directly because I could have got it through Amazon, but the cable is only $9. Amazon is another place where I actually I don't understand how they can actually allow that to happen, but they do a lot of price gouging. You know what I mean, on Amazon? The same cable that I bought from DJI directly, $9. Amazon, $80 for the same cable.
$80?
$80.
Damn.
That is nuts.
That is a 80% increase.
I could understand maybe $12 or $14.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Not just that. Besides that, you're gonna pay $23 for shipping.
Now, did you at least order a couple of cables so you have like backups?
You damn right I did.
Yeah, when I buy cables, I always buy 2 or 3 at a time just to have redundancy.
Just in case one of them go bad, I got some more.
Hey, Adrian, did you get your tiny hawk yet?
No, not yet. I was going to, but then I changed my mind, and I ordered it, but then I canceled it.
I flew this guy today for the first time. Man, that was a lot of fun.
Is that a 5-inch? Is that a 3-inch? 5-inch?
5-inch Aries. Oh man, this thing is powerful. First time I flew it. No, it's a kid. No, it's a kid. It comes with the radio, with the Tyrannus radio, and it's got some punch to it, man. I flew it for the first time today. Oh man, I'm in love with it. I just got to buy more lipo.
Did you make a video on it?
Yeah, well, actually, I was working on the video, but I feel kind of weird today. I had my COVID shot today, and I feel kind of weird.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put out video. I just got to replace the camera. This camera is not that great, but I'm planning on getting an HD camera.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
I appreciate you, DJ TKO. Yeah, man. Actually, I remember you now. Never mind. I remember who you are, sir. I remember who you are now. Okay, that's pretty good, man. Whenever you're ready and you're ready to come into the with us, man, just go ahead and let me know, man, and I'll bring you in, bro. I mean, I don't mind, letting people come in my stream. You know what I mean? I talk, mingle. You know what I mean? Hang out, and I get to know more people like the celebrity, Mr. Chris Hope, Ray Kelly, Justin, Danny, aka the View Chaser. I'm a nobody, so I mean, I'm a little person.
No,
you are a little person.
Somebody. Adrian, it's the
Yes,
world famous Chris Hope.
I'm sorry, the world famous Chris. I apologize.
Y'all gonna make me throw up.
Hey, Carlos, how about you go ahead and bring your old raggedy behind in the panel and stop talking in the chat? Come on in, sir.
OPP, bring OPP in here.
So, Chrissy Hope, I do have a question for you, sir.
Shoot,
the little FPV drone that you have.
Which one?
Don't you have the Tiny Hawk?
I have the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. I do.
That's the one that I want to buy. I think I would rather have that one than the other one. But
what is that, 3?
The other one comes with a little with the propeller guard, but the one you have doesn't come with the propeller guard, right?
No.
Okay. Now, are you able to fly that one like a whole pack without crashing it?
It depends on the driver.
Okay, I'm talking about you.
Oh yeah. I can fly a whole pack without crashing.
Okay, 10-4. Let me get here to the chat. How you doing, Mr. Unlimited Vertical? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in.
I can.
How you doing, Mr. Tixar Drone Guy? How you doing, sir? And we got Mr. TDR, Brian Drones on e-bikes. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Just about everybody have their link. Come on in. Let me go ahead and bring another celebrity to the show. He called himself Matty Condiff.
Adrian.
Bullhead. How you doing, Chief?
Oh, man.
Going
Good
on?
to see
What's
you.
up?
What's up, guys?
How
Adrian.
you doing?
Doing
Oh,
pretty
sorry.
good. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm doing
Now you got to understand.
doing good. Doing good.
Been flying since last August, so you just don't take it outside and fly it without crashing it. You're going to crash it, and I'm on my third one, by the way. Okay,
What?
because you crash them.
The
All
third
right.
drone.
I'm on my third tiny hawk. Yeah, you're going to run into stuff, man. I landed in water, shorted everything out one time, so I bought another one.
Oh man.
I hit a wall, broke the frame, bought another one.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
We crashed the tiny hope the camera fell off at the back.
You're going to crash. I don't care who
Oh,
you
yeah.
are. When you start
I'm-
flying FPV, you're going to crash.
If you don't crash, you're not a good
What's
pilot.
going on, Justin?
You got to learn. You got to learn how not to crash.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Malcolm Reynolds. I do appreciate you, man. Thank you for the thumbs up, buddy.
I guess Chris, what you're saying is you need a lot of practice, huh?
Yes, sir. You need a
Oh
lot of practice.
man, nothing
I
but
am
practice.
nowhere compared to these guys. I go and have fun, and that's what it's all about for me. Then I get to visit with these guys. Y'all.
I'm not as good as Chris Hope, but I'm trying to practice a lot.
Just practice, man. Carlos is a big fan of the Velocidrome, the flight simulators. I bought it. I can't get it to work on my computer.
Not me neither.
But muscle
You need a
memory,
battery.
Adrian.
Listen,
You
I
need a
want
super
to
good-
publicly thank Matt Cundiff. Matt Cundiff took me to one of his secret spots yesterday in the Everglades, and we had a good time flying. Thank you, Matt.
Always. No problem. Tad, you're leaving, bro. You're leaving what? On Thursday, right? To go back to New York?
Yeah, we start driving up. Yep.
Hey, Michael
Yeah.
Wright.
I'll come up there and see you before you leave.
Hey, Michael Wright. Tixar, drone guy. I send you a link to your email if you want to come ahead and come and join. Sorry, guys. Allergies.
God bless you.
Bless you.
What you say, Ray? You're in New York?
God bless. Yeah, I go back to New York in May. May 1st, I'll be up there.
Oh, where? We got to meet up.
Yeah, I'm out on Long Island. Where are you?
I'm in Jersey, but yeah, that's kind of
Okay.
far. But I'm sure you got to drive this way to go back to Florida.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go right by. We'll be on that New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking of driving to Florida, but man, that's a long drive.
Yes, it is a long drive. How you doing, Mr. Ed, aka Love My Drone? Joe Blaylock, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir. Really appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and bring the prick into the stream.
Oh,
How you doing,
PT.
prick?
What's
Yeah,
up, baby?
PT.
What's
Hey,
up, Crispy?
Carlos
up, buddy?
Santana.
How you doing, Carlos?
I'm doing good, but tired. Me and Drone Bum were out all day flying and watching, what do they call those? Helicopter pilots, RC
Oh.
plane pilots.
RC
One guy
pilot.
had a plane that, when he put it on its tail, it was probably like 8 feet high, 8 or 9 foot wingspan. Pretty impressive. But just had a good time outside.
Hey, Carlos, I know a lot of people that do the RC helicopters. You know what I mean? On airplane, fixed wings airplane.
Hmm.
They even have the airplane that they pretty much just strictly 3D airplane, and they just keep it up in the air and just start doing a kind of dancing. You know what I mean? Right? And how these people go ahead and take them helicopters and just turn it upside down, and they get so low to the ground that they're about to mow the freaking
Cut the
lawn.
grass.
It's
One guy
freaking
was flying
amazing,
he was flying the helicopter backwards. I'm like, how do you do that? Well, I didn't ask him, but
Carlos, you'd be
Have you
surprised. You
Fly
know how you
upside
guys,
down.
hey, you know how you guys have to keep moving the sticks on your FPV with that kind of flying, Carlos, is even worse.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
this
that's what
guy
they were
flying
doing. They were flying upside down. Sorry.
Like lawnmower.
No, it's impressive. They're good.
Those people are pretty
That's
good, man.
great.
Center stick when you fly upside down, these guys is 0. So you have to actually go down to go
Yes,
backwards and up to
exactly.
go forward. That's crazy.
Correct.
Like
But
you have to think completely
and,
different.
and you'd be surprised, how Carlos, how quick the freaking propeller will turn the other way to stay. You know what I mean? To fly. You know what I mean? That way. I mean, like it just on a blink of an eye, it just turned that quick.
Yep.
I was showing Ray Kelly some of those videos of the helicopters at the meet. I was like, man, you think FPV's hard? I was like, this shit looks really hard.
And if you crash, it's not as forgiving.
If you crash it, it's over. I got again. I told you guys that I have a fixed wings plane, and I crashed both, and I literally I'm gonna destroy them, and I have to put them back together. But it cost me, a little bit to put them back together.
Going back to what Chris was saying, stick time. Why haven't you bought this drone? This is like 3-4 weeks. You say, I'm gonna push the button. I'm gonna push.
No, wait a minute, Carlos. No, wait a minute. I actually bought it, but then I canceled it.
Why would you cancel it?
Because
I'm out.
I don't want it.
Oh, so okay. So you don't want to fly FPV with that?
No. I do, but I don't want that specific one.
Why?
He must have his eye on something else.
All right, Adrian. It's been tried and tested.
I hate that stupid drone, man.
It's been tried and tested by many people. What are you gonna get that you think is better? Just curious.
I'm actually looking. I don't know.
So why don't you go with something that's been tried and tested?
Because I just don't like that freaking drone, man. I don't like it.
What about it?
I do not like the analog FPV view.
Oh, yeah. That's why. Huge difference.
It's not the drone; it's the analog.
So, but do you want to learn how to fly FPV?
Of course, I do.
Well, this is the most inexpensive way to do it.
And I did.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it because you would be buying the Tiny Hawk if you got it.
I'm not taking that away from you, but again, that drone, I just don't like the analog view, and I hate it.
That's fine. I understand, Adrian.
Here's the thing, Adrian. When you want to get digital, you already have the goggles. I'm not sure that they're gonna what's the call? Bind or connect to any other drone other than the one that you own. At this point, it doesn't. So you're gonna need another digital goggles, and then on top of that, even an inexpensive small digital quad will cost you $250 to $300. Is that what you want to start with?
Oh, man, bad
First
idea.
of all, I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time because I heard some noise in the background. Go ahead.
Okay. You may have to get a new pair of goggles, digital goggles, because the ones you have now do not support the other quads, the digital quads, whether it's CADX or DJI Air unit.
Okay.
So that's $600 approximately. And then you have to buy the drone, which is digital, which is going to be anywhere from another $250 to $350. So now you're up at the $850. And then you're going to have to get batteries and then a charger. And then you're going to break this thing and you're going to be upset. And you just spend over $1,000 and you're learning how to fly with a $300 drone. But you're going to have a great picture when you crash. So if that's what you're looking for, go for it, buddy. You can have a beautiful picture all the way down.
I do want to go and welcome Marcel of Aces. How you doing, buddy? Thank you.
To the scene of the crash.
Also, Ronald Lockwood, how you doing, bro? Thank you for coming into the stream, man. I really appreciate you. Hey, how worker?
All right, so after I wasted all that breath, what do you have to say? I'm out.
Hold on 1 second, because I'm about to get a kiss. Mind your business.
What did you say, Mama?
Brush your teeth after that one. Gargle. I tell you like Donald Trump to eat bleach, but then I'm only kidding. No.
Hey,
all right, so Adrian, so you want to spend $1,000 to learn how to fly?
No,
FPV?
of course not.
So why don't you spend $200? Because I don't like the picture.
Who said
it? Wasn't your first set of goggles the DJI ones?
Say again.
I know.
Your first set of goggles was the DJI goggles.
No, my first one is the DJI goggle. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes.
This was his first one. Ed let him use it.
Don't you?
After running digital, the analog, I don't blame you for not liking it.
Well, I mean,
Well,
when I
what doesn't he? The question
listen,
is, what is your final destination?
let's
Do
say
you want
Carlos,
to fly FPV and learn how to fly acro, or do
Carlos,
you want to just take or fly good picture? Then you stick with what you have. You don't need to learn with the other
Carlitos,
one.
Carlitos way.
You
Listen,
didn't listen to anything, Chris. Not a word.
when I flew that Mobula 6, I actually love just keeping that drone up in the air. The picture was just horrendous. Like it was crappy. I mean, the drone was literally right there, and the picture was just crappy. Like I didn't even know where the hell I was for a second till I brought it back. You know what
You could have been getting interference too.
I mean,
But
the interference is crappy, man. I
But
hate
that's the low end. I mean, the Tiny Hawk 2 has twice the power in the VTX.
$209 gets you the ready to fly kit, Adrian.
So,
That's
Carlos,
cheap.
you mentioned that he'd have to buy
How
new
you doing,
goggles,
Mike?
and he doesn't. The DJI
So, Mike-
V2 goggles will work with an air unit. The problem he's going to have is just like me. Right now, I either use the air units or I use the DJI FPV drone because every time you switch between them, it dumps the bind for the other channel. So if I go to the air units, it dumps all the DJI FPV. Find all the air units, they work
Good
great.
deal.
Turn around and go to fly the FPV rig, you'll have to rebind all the shit for the DJI FPV, and then it dumps the bind for the air units. So it's just a firmware thing that DJI's got to fix with that. But his V2
At the end of the day, it has
nothing.
nothing to do with the goggles. It has to do with, does he want
Yeah,
to spend
it's a
all that
firmware
money?
thing.
No, do you want to spend the money to learn how to fly FPV? Forget the.
But I'm just saying, he's already got goggles that'll work, so he doesn't have to purchase the goggles. He's got goggles that'll work. It's just a pain in the ass for him, but they will work. So I mean, he doesn't have to worry about $600 worth of goggles. He can still get his digital that way. It'll still work. He doesn't have to go buy digital goggles to do that.
I mean, is it that hard to bind it every
Drones
time?
are going to be like $400 to start off with. Already built DJI air unit drone is going to be like $400 to start with, whereas a Tiny Hawk is $100. You know what I mean?
No. It'll be 200 because
So-
he has to get the goggles and the ready to fly deal. You know, the controller.
Well,
He doesn't
if
have
you
a
gotta buy
controller.
controller, this or that. He might as well, but the analog's not as bad as he's making it sound.
I know. But
I've got an analog that I can go half mile out and get very little breakup. It just depends on the equipment that you're using and everything else.
He's not going to go acro. He's not going to learn how to fly FPV. I mean, with his drone, he will to that, but he's not going to fly true acro.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get into
he was
freestyle
using that
and all
good.
the stuff like we do. I think he'll enjoy FPV, and there'll be parts of it he'll be like, "Oh man, I can't get enough of this." But
He's gonna bang his head against the wall. I promise you.
wait till he breaks his first one.
He's stubborn.
All that
prick.
soldering and shit.
He's not going to want to do that either. He's going
Right.
to start crying to DJI or to
And
Emacs.
Carl
Why
doesn't
did you
like
sell
doing
me a
that either.
drone
He
that
sends
broke?
this shit off to somebody else.
Why are you going to sell? Yeah, but it doesn't. Whether you build your drone or not does not help you fly. I can tell
No.
you that. Building
It
your
helps you
drone does not
understand
improve
things,
your
though.
flying for sure.
It helps you
But-
understand the way the drone flies better.
Nah, not to me.
It does because you know what each component does and how it reacts. So, you can diagnose things a little bit differently by building.
No.
But yeah, it doesn't change the way that you fly.
It doesn't. No, what I'm saying, it doesn't improve your flying
No.
one way or the other.
No.
But
Dirk
Adrian,
FPV is one of the top DRL pilots, and he doesn't build a single drone anymore. He's got somebody else building all of it.
of course, I would. I mean, if my
He's
car
been doing
breaks,
that for a while, dude.
if my
He's been
car
doing that
breaks,
for a
I'll
while.
send it to the mechanic. I'm not going to fix it myself.
Lots of guys that do multi-GP racing don't build it. There's like a 60% of drone pilots out there in multi-GP that actually build their own shit right now. 40% send their stuff to somebody else because they don't like the build part. They like to fly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
There's different aspects. You can get other people to build it. I mean, I've built drones for people.
But
So-
Adrian,
yes.
do you really want to learn how to fly acro, or do you want to look at a pretty picture when you're flying?
I want to learn how to fly FPV, man.
So then get the Tiny Hawk ready to fly.
Yeah, $200, dude.
Buy
It's
batteries.
not a bad investment. You can
Buy
always sell the
batteries.
goggle and the radio.
and
You know what I mean?
propellers.
Just somebody else getting in.
And I tell you what, Adrian, I'll make you a deal. Whatever you buy, I will give you 50 cents on the dollar. I'll take it off your hands. So it's not a complete loss. So if you spend 200, I'll give you 100.
I think it's
Okay?
only 170
Now,
on Amazon.
it's publicly said. If you don't like it, I will buy it off of you, but you're going to pay the shipping, and I'll pay for that.
Yeah, that's a good deal, Adrian, because it's only 170 on Amazon.
Wow.
Jump on it, bro.
Listen, honestly, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you about $250 because you're going to get batteries and you're going to get extra props and you're going to get the drone and blah 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 blah, and you're going to. Well, you might want to buy a Sky Zone for $27, which you can use in other applications in your life, but that will help you record your flight. So if you do fly and you lose your drone, you can go back. It's $27. This thing right here.
$300 is what's going to be your total investment when it's all said and done.
But you have goggles that you can use on another drone.
Yes.
You have the Tiny Hawk,
Use on anything, right?
and you have the transmitter, and you can learn, and you can crash and pick it up and repeat without having to worry about fixing
Yeah,
it.
look how many times Matt beat his up.
Exactly. Good example. Perfect example.
He beat the crap out of that thing. It just keeps ticking. $5
I
frame
beat mine
here
up
and
this
there to
afternoon.
replace
I
some
flew it
frame
to the
parts.
chimney of the house, Adrian.
Say that again, Chris.
The
So I flew
DJ,
mine into the chimney of the house this afternoon, went and got a stick, drug it off the roof, hit the ground, picked it up, flew it again for another 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I
they take
do
a
wanna-
lot of abuse.
really quick, Mike, the DJI air units are about $170, $150.
Air unit itself right now is $169.99.
And the CADX a little bit
The
cheaper.
Cadix Vista is like $150.
Okay, unlimited vertical was asking.
Yeah. I've got every type of them so far. I've got the DJI Air unit, the Cadix Vista, and the Nebula
Excuse
Pro.
me.
And don't have any of them working right now because I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with binding all my shit over and over and over with these goggles right now.
But Adrian,
That is a total pain in the ass.
you've got
The more work it is.
you have the DJI FPV, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do not put it in that mode where it's acro.
Hell no.
He's
Heck no.
You won't be happy.
Hey, hold on a
You said
second.
acro already, didn't you, Adrian?
Hey, hold on. First of all, Chris Hope, I try to do it, practice on the app because there's an app that you can actually practice on.
Okay, good.
I couldn't even freaking take the job. I couldn't even take off. I crushed it right away.
I'll tell you why, because Adrian, your left stick that you're used to going up and down has nothing to do with up and down anymore. And your right stick, everything is completely different. This is why
instead of elevation.
This is why you want to learn with a cheap or inexpensive, not cheap,
Right.
because
Something you can
inexpensive
beat up.
Tiny Hawk too. And don't be so stubborn.
If you beat the shit
I don't
out
want
of
the
it, totally
bad picture.
catch it on fire or dunk it in the water, dude, it's $100 to replace the whole damn drone, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Adrian,
Well, I mean,
can you do me a favor?
Shit.
Can you do me a favor, Adrian?
It's like buying another DJI FPV battery cable. You know what I mean?
Can you make Drone Psyche
$100
part of the family so he doesn't stick out? In the
Carlos,
chat, you heard me?
say that one more time because I can't hear you, man. And Mike was talking. Go ahead.
Drone Psyche in the chat, make him one of the family so he can be like everybody else.
Yeah.
What's
you
up,
need a
Ed?
wrench.
Hello, Lon.
Who was the other one that I saw that needed a wrench? I don't know.
Yeah.
That was DJ TKO 1967. I already given him a pro range.
Not ragging on you, Adrian. We're just trying to guide you in the right direction.
So
far
let me
as-
ask you guys this: if Adrian,
Beginner.
can he practice with the Tiny Hawk and get good without using the goggles, or would it be best
No.
just to use the
No.
No,
goggles?
best
He's
for
best-
that. The whole
Well,
idea
see,
is
that's
easier
the
to
thing,
fly
Adrian.
with the
Don't get it
goggles
for the
on,
video
period.
or
Hey,
having to worry about
wait. One at a time, guys. One at a time.
It's
Go ahead.
easier to fly any of our FPV drones with goggles on. You will have, dude. I've been flying for 4 years and still can't fly in line of sight for shit. It's easier with the goggles on. Even in stable mode, it's easier with goggles on.
it's hard to tell which direction
you
this
get
thing is
turned around
going in.
easy.
Forward, unless if only because it has this. But how good are your eyesight that you can see this from 100 feet
Yeah,
or
100 feet
200
up.
feet?
It's a black dot.
Yeah.
Is that a pink
Well,
cover?
this is the thing,
Carlos?
Adrian. I
Is it
wouldn't
There
pink?
you go.
It
I
looks
wouldn't
pink
use the
out here.
drone for video.
Could be
and stuff,
pink.
Just use it for practice.
Drone bump, get
Nobody
that
has
for
to
you,
see the
Carlos?
video.
No, it came with the quad. So, Adrian, that's all I got to say. You make the next move.
All right,
But I
bro.
would say the Tiny Hawk, I wouldn't worry about doing video with it. Like, nobody needs to see it. Just use it for practice.
But you can take and record on the Sky Droid and record it to your phone, and you can go back and watch it.
And not
Yeah,
only
you
that,
can
but
see
you
where
can
you
find it.
screwed up, or yep.
But I think Adrian's
Or
biggest
find
worry,
your
though, is he
drone.
wants footage for,
That's a small
you know what
bird
I'm
to find
saying?
in the woods.
Like he gets with any of his other drones.
Yeah. Hey, man, crash footage is as good as clear footage.
Crash footage
A lot
will
of
probably give
people-
you more views, too.
I'll tell you what,
Awesome.
crash footage gets better views on YouTube.
Well, here's a small
Even
little
these little
comment.
drones that fly again. Crash
Adrian,
footage.
Adrian, you know that
Yes.
video that you did of the Florida meetup?
Yeah.
It was a very clear, but also very clear sounding beep, 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 because you didn't freaking pick up the drone right away and you're getting all this obstacle avoidance sound. So if you like digital noise too, stick with what you got, prick.
So tonight, me and the wife took off my buddy's birthday party up at the lake or whatever. So he's having it over his sister's. So I took the DJI FPV out. He's been wanting to fly. I've got a drone built for him or whatever, but
I gotta make a phone
so
call.
he hasn't flown a whole lot. He's flown one of mine and like ditched it like outside the ball diamonds where we were flying. We had to go search in the neighborhood to find that kind of. But anyway, so I took the DJI FPV up and they're all over there. I've got it in stable mode and all the sensors are. They're over there waving at it like getting close to the drone over here. They're like, what's going on? They were freaking out from all the beeps it was doing from them and the obstacle avoidance. Thought they'd done something.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna step out. You have a great night. See you guys later, okay?
Later, man.
I'll see you later, Dad. Thank you for coming in, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
I do want to welcome
I've
Mr.
seen
Bill.
anybody doing acro on that DJI
Bill,
FPV drone.
I do want to welcome Bill from Coast to Coast Drone. How you doing, Lon Denard? Hey, man, you got your link in the email if you want to go ahead and join, Lon. Thank you for coming in, buddy. Bob Casey, you also have your link in the email if you want to go ahead and come on in, sir.
So, Adrian, one of the cheapest drones right now, ready to fly. Well, it's not even fully ready to fly because the one that I bought didn't come with the Caddx Vista. And I've got a Caddx Vista to put in it. But it was $230 just for the drone, ready to put the Vista unit in. That doesn't come with a camera. That doesn't come with a video transmitter. It does come with a Crossfire receiver. But then you've got another $150 that you got to put a DJI Vista unit in. So that's a $400 drone straight off the top, dude. I crash it and kill the Vista unit, there's $150 every time. So if I splash it in the water, you know, any of that, it's done for. It's another $300-400 to, you know, build back
Mike,
up.
have you put it in acro mode yet?
Oh yeah. I was doing like inverted yaws and shit like that with it, man. It's a blast. It's a heavy bitch, but it's a nice bird.
Well, it seems like 90% of people that have it though still haven't put it in acro mode. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of people are
it took
scared
me. I was 10 packs in before I put it into acro mode. So yeah, I put some packs on it, getting used to it and how it flies and how it handles before I even thought about flipping the switch. And I flew 3 packs so far with acro so far.
How you
Adrian.
doing? How you doing,
Adrian.
Mr. Rod Alston? Thank you for coming into the stream. So I really
Really
appreciate
appreciate you. Adrian,
Yes, Carlos.
push the
Listen,
button
Carlos.
now. Buy it
Carlos,
now.
listen. Carlos.
Buy it now.
Carlos.
Just buy it.
Carlos.
Go ahead.
God damn it. Remember when you showed me the batteries?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and show me that thing again. Go ahead and share the screen again.
Oh, I don't know where it is. You want me to do your?
Listen, when you looked it up, you on Amazon.
Yeah.
I found that battery cable for $20 with Amazon Prime ship. Actually, it was $17 with Amazon Prime ship for the battery cable.
Hey, I think you said it was like the 650
Milliamp.
JTX, JT60 something.
No, GNB. Girl, Nancy, boy.
Yeah, but they had like the number 650 on it.
Those are the 2S, Carl.
Listen, on Amazon, type with capital letters GNB space 650 MAH.
Whoa. Hold on. Say that one more time. G.
N as in Nancy, B as in boy, space 650 MAH. Mary Apple Harry.
Oh, that's milliamps per hour. Okay.
Milliamp hours, yeah.
Those are the 2S, Kyle?
Those are the 1S.
Oh, 1S?
1S 650. Do you see them there at all?
Yeah, they have a 4-pack for $21.99.
Look for a 6-pack, or in that same category. Do they have a choice to buy 6?
They give you a 4-pack. They give you a 8-pack, a 8-piece for
8-pack. That's what you
$45.99.
want. You want 8-pack.
That's
You want-
$45.99.
You want to spend time in the air, so it's cheaper. It's 8. That's $5. $5.20 a battery.
If you want a solid 10 minutes, Adrian, get the 62-pack.
You want to be in the air as long as possible.
I got a 4-pack for $23.99.
You're not going to put 4 batteries and say, "Oh, I'm learning."
Now, Carlos, I'm about to go ahead and share something. You tell me if I should go ahead and get this too. Hold on. Let me share. Hold on.
All right. Make yourself solo screen too.
Yeah, hold on.
8 pieces for $46.
Hold on. Let me go
With
ahead and
Amazon Prime. That's from
Hey,
Crazy.
Carlos, I'm talking about this right here. Oh, shit. Hold on. This right here. What the fuck? This right here. Should I go ahead and get that too?
Yeah, couldn't hurt. How much is it? $10.99?
$10.99.
No.
Don't buy
Well,
that.
you know what? Maybe.
You'd be better off buying like the Beta FPV charger or something for that price.
Mike, you don't have one of those you could send him with a TPU and a freaking something to bend his hat with?
All I've got is this one right here. Happy model. That's why I said he'd probably be better off buying one of these and he can charge it up USB.
Say that one. Let me see that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see that.
There you go. Oh, that's from the Mobula.
Yeah, that's the Mobula 7's original.
But then he needs a battery or a 12-volt
Happy
power
model.
supply.
So
Can
somebody
charge
is
voltage and all.
okay.
Yeah, the plastic's still on the fucking LED screen. That's how much I use you.
Yeah. Hey, Lord, my drone. I send you your link if you want to come into the panel, sir. I know you're gonna beat me up too anyway. But Joe Blaylock said that one of them charging thing already comes with the kit, and I saw it on the thing too.
Yeah, it should come with the Tiny Hawk.
But it comes with
a single
2 1S and 2 2S.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it comes with. Yeah,
and it comes with a single.
So that means you're
single
gonna charge,
battery at a time charger, doesn't it?
Well, you'll charge 2 batteries an hour in that ballpark.
Yeah. 2 an hour. Dude, I could charge my 4S batteries in half that. Yeah, it's a slow charge. That's what he's saying. Real slow charge.
I mean, with the other ones, you'll do 6 in an hour with the 1099 one.
Yep.
But I don't know. You could buy it cheaper, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm
if
not
you get
sure.
something like this, it'd take you about half hour to an hour to charge 6 batteries up.
Hey, Carlos, do you have my email?
Pendejomamau@gmail.com. Yes. No, I do have it.
All right, good. I'm gonna email you later. It's done.
You bought it?
It's done.
Okay.
What'd you buy?
Did you get extra props as well as the batteries? Propellers. Remember the propellers?
I did have extra props. Yes.
You bought extra props.
Yes.
All right. So you have the props, you have the batteries, you have the charger, and you have the drone, the goggles, and the controller.
I mean the drone, the
whole
FPV.
kit. Yeah.
It already comes with the goggles already.
Yeah.
All right. And if you don't like it,
radio and drone.
after you have to
More
give
batteries.
it 4 weeks, Adrian. 4 weeks, and at least 30 batteries. If you don't like it, I'll buy it off you 50 cents on the dollar.
The whole
Fair enough?
kit.
Is that fair enough? You have to do at least 30 batteries in that drone before you say, that's it, I had enough, I can't stand it, buy this shit off me.
Sounds like a fair bargain.
I think so. You only lose half the money, but you're shipping it to me.
Carl just knows he won't have to buy it.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna love it.
the way he felt about that first flight with Ed. He didn't like the video, but he still had a hell of a time with the flight. He's gonna get hooked, dude.
Mike, listen. When I first flew that Mobile, the picture was fucking horrible, but just being able to fly that bitch, yes, I was happy. I was happy.
Of course.
All of a sudden, the video doesn't matter so much anymore when you start getting the adrenaline rush from flying around.
And Adrian, in the beginning, it's not going to make sense to you.
You get a drone and it'll have great video, and you'll fly it, and you'll crash it a couple of times, and the video will get shittier, and you're like, fuck this, I'm just going to keep flying it, dude. Until I can't see anymore, I'm just going to keep flying it, and then I'll worry about it.
You're going to get frustrated like you wouldn't believe.
You'll learn to fly in some crappy ass staticky shit.
Now, one thing that I do want to go to ask you guys, and I'm going to ask you again.
You out here, Chris?
No, I'm congratulating him.
Oh, okay.
Again, one thing that I'm going to ask you guys again. With this one, Carlos, that thing that you say you have, that's the only thing I'm going to need to be able to record with it.
SkyDroid. And you can get that from RDQ. You don't have to get it from Amazon.
$25, man.
And
actually, wait a minute. Oh, crap. Oh well.
It only works with Android stuff. It don't work on Apple.
Yes.
Oh, you're an iPhone dude? Your iPhone?
I'm an iPhone person. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you were.
No, whoa. I do have a tablet. I do have.
Oh, then you're good. You're golden.
What is that?
This is the SkyDroid.
Okay.
This is the little tin it comes in.
Remember, I just showed you this. I tell you, this guy doesn't pay attention. He's got like ADD or something. See,
$25. Same thing Carlos has got right there.
That's what Mike is showing you. The same deal. And you can hook it up to a laptop, fly in your house.
Yeah.
Or a computer. Seriously.
Computer, laptop, tablet.
Now, do you see how rude it is? Look what he called me. He called me a noob.
Well, that's pretty much what everybody's called. Don't feel bad.
Could be called worse than you have been, so don't worry about it.
Have you seen some of those drones after he crashed them? Don't let him give you too much of a hard time.
Have you seen any of Ed's drones that didn't get crashed?
My best.
That's a good point.
Which drone did you get, Adrian?
The Tiny Hawk 2.
The Freestyle?
Now, Adrian, before you start taking off, you're going to have to unlock the VTX. So we're going to have to teach you that. Don't just put it up in the air and start flying 100 yards away. There's stuff that needs to be done.
That's why I want you to email me so I could have your freaking phone number so we could talk.
Tiny Hawk 2 is probably better than the Freestyle for him, Chris, because he probably would be beating the props up and everything else with the Freestyle.
I still didn't hear which one he got, Mike.
How you doing, Rocket White? Thank you for coming in, sir. I really appreciate you, buddy. Brother Alston, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Brad Alston, good guy.
So I'm playing with my GoPro Hero 8, guys.
Carlos, that was another thing. Because you guys keep saying that you need to unlock this, you need to unlock
I'll
that.
teach you all that.
Now, what about the other part? What that you guys keep saying that you need to go like on an actual website or something?
Oh, Betaflight?
Yes. What is that for?
You don't need that at this point. You could use it. That is a way of, I don't know, how would you put it, Mike? Putting in information into your quad so that your
programming,
so that your transmitter and everything works together. I mean, that's like the easiest way.
Programming it.
Nice, Brad.
Basic setups.
And Adrian, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm a moron, and I think you're a little smarter. Maybe.
Well, you a jackass.
Real simple to set up a radio on OpenTX. That radio might be more difficult for me just because it's that littler type hand radio or whatever. It doesn't have as many functions as I'm used to. Probably too simplified for me.
You're gonna like it, Adrian. You won't be disappointed.
No,
it'll be a good experience to get you off the ground and get you flying.
And it's gonna help you fly your FPV. It's gonna help you fly your FPV drone even better. I promise you that.
Yep. All your drone flying is going to change because you learn more stick movement and muscle memory when you're flying the FPV than you do with your GPS drones.
Chris Hope, changing the subject a little bit. Velocidrone, how old is your computer?
About 2 years old.
Oh, really? And it doesn't work? That's because you're using. I use liftoff, just for the record.
I get this every time I hit the launcher.exe.
Mm-hmm.
An error has occurred. Would you like to retry?
Did you?
Yes.
Why don't you try liftoff?
Because I spent $30 on this.
Oh, come on! Do I need to send you $10?
Oh,
Holy
my God!
Shit. Jeez Louise!
Well, I'm gonna call customer service and just chew on them a little while, like Adrian did.
Yeah, call TBS, man. Get a hold of Mike Chin. He'll help you.
How you doing, Mr. Sunrise Water Media? Sunrise Water Media, thank you for coming into the stream.
Hey, Chris.
I appreciate you, buddy.
Is your upload and download speed any good?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It sounds like it's something with the installation that he's having an issue with.
From what I understand, when you play Velocidrone, you have to download the game, whereas with the other one, it's always in your computer.
Yeah, it's a third party. It's not like your regular app type thing. It comes up different.
So that might be part of the issue.
Well, I'm logging in. I'm going to log back in.
Authorizing security things for it to access folders or something that's stopping it too. Especially because
so Carlos, it said that it will be here Thursday.
Perfect. So for Saturday, you'll have it ready.
Oh, next weekend, FPV weekend. Nice.
You'll be flying. No, seriously, even if we do a private stream, a StreamYard, we don't have to do it public. I'll help you.
How you doing, Mr. Johnny Drone Flyer? How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming into the stream, buddy.
He could FaceTime you, Adrian.
No, I don't want to look at him.
First of all, Carlos don't have an iPhone, so
I have a Mac computer and a Mac laptop, prick. So
sweet that we could FaceTime then. That's
no,
good.
I'd rather do the StreamYard personally.
Like I said, FaceTime.
I don't know how to share in FaceTime. Share
Mira,
a screen.
Oh, see, Adrian can teach you something while
you know how to share a screen in FaceTime?
You're damn right.
Do you know how to share a screen in FaceTime? Seriously?
You're damn right.
Okay, here's the next project you should do.
You think he's going to talk to all these girls and shit and not know how to work that shit?
Adrian talks to girls. Isn't he married? I thought he was married.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to find something. I flew near a falcon today, like right up on him. Almost flew into him.
Bob Casey, how's that cup handle working for you, brother?
Did you send him one, Mike?
Yes, I did. I sent him one, Rodney one. I sent Jim one.
You know, I learned something today on the Mavic Air 2 that the very longest time lapse that you can do, you don't even have enough battery power for.
Oh, really?
It takes 370 pictures, or it's like 300 or 470 pictures, something like that.
Was the battery full?
Yeah, the battery was full, but it only got to like, I think 500 and something pictures before I just didn't want to risk it, you know, because I took a picture or a video, a time lapse video of the sunset today. I posted it on YouTube.
This is for you, Chris.
PC's old Velocidrone works fine. Took a bit to figure it out how to change the arena. I've heard the worst thing that they have is lag. And usually if you put your graphics down to a lower rate, you don't have much problem.
Rocket Watt is a character. I love this guy. It's something that you do on your iPhone, man, an Apple computer or iPad. This guy is. Some of you guys are characters, I swear to God.
Oh, why don't you call them a jackass?
Because he's not a jackass. You are.
Yeah. I consider the source of my critics, prick.
I mean, Chris Hope.
Yo.
I know I'm a good-looking guy, but would you hug me and then give me a kiss? Be honest.
Listen, that had nothing to do with good looking.
I'd give you a man hug, but you're SOL on a kiss, buddy.
Okay. Well, the guy that's right below Justin, he was about this close to giving me a full smooch.
With tongue?
I think he wanted that too.
I think Carl tried that with a couple.
Listen, I had a Curious George doll when I was a young kid, and he just reminded me of it, so I had to hug it and kiss it.
Carl was like walking up to people like,
Really can't say nothing, Adrian. You got up on the ladder to kiss him.
Shit, it was weird.
Because even Stan, my Joe wanted to give me one too.
And not to mention the guy looking at somebody's nipples, man's nipples.
First of all, that was Ronda walking around with him hat eyes.
Yeah, but why are you looking?
His I didn't eyes, know, but they were right there.
His eyes are 12 inches higher. You shouldn't be looking down there.
Oh, that's right. You're short. Meat to a sex orgy.
And then Ron kept saying, "Adrian, my eyes are right here, not down here, right here."
You knew what a girl felt like.
Chris Hope, you would have had fun if you were there, buddy.
Oh, I know.
We had a blast.
Rocket White says, "What's FaceTime? I haven't had any FaceTime in 30 years."
Yeah, that's what he said.
It may be more than FaceTime if he's 30 years old.
I'm not going to touch that one.
We went over to my buddies, and my wife mentioned that we had been together for like 25 years. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm not even a believer." And I believe
it. Guess what? Guess what, PP? It's downloading.
Oh, good. See that? Somebody needed to inspire you. Bless you, whoever that was.
That was me. Thank you, man. My allergies are killing me.
Well, hurting us as well, trust me.
So we're gonna go ahead and go to another one. Do any one of you guys get this new DJI drone? Yes or no?
No.
Do we get it as far? Oh, buy it, purchase it. Gotcha.
Yes.
No.
Justin, are you still convinced that you're not going to get it?
I mean, I really don't need it right now. My Air 2 does what I need it to do for my channel, and so does my Mini 2. And my Mini 1's a good backup. Like, it can take just as good video if I need, for what I do.
I'm with you there, Justin. I got the Phantom 4 and I got the Mavic Mini, and I like what these guys are doing with their pictures and stuff, but I think I do just as good with my 4 and my Mini.
That's what I'm saying. People don't give the average viewer doesn't give a crap about all that extra editing and stuff. It looks good to them, so.
I'm gonna have to agree.
The pictures on some of the newer ones is a little more crisper than on my old Phantom, but I don't do anything but show it on YouTube. So
yeah, if you're making money out of this,
you're making money at it. I can definitely see getting it.
Yeah, spending money.
But even
to make
the Air
money.
2, I mean, if you're doing real estate, it can handle it. Even the Mini 2 could. I mean, even Dobo said he'd use the Mini 2 a couple times in some of his real estate shots. I mean, it can do it. They just don't want to admit.
I have to do something real quick.
I think a lot of people just don't want to admit that the Mini 2 and the Air 2 can take as good video as their $2,000 Mavic Pro 2.
Yeah, but
I think
they can't condone why they bought the damn Mavics. They feel ripped off.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of them
kind of like when you buy the Mini 1 and then 6 months later they come out with the Mini 2, right? You feel ripped off. Like,
cell phone.
I mean,
they screwed me.
I still have my Mini 1. I still like it.
I sold my Mini 1 because somebody else wanted it, and I had bought the Mini 2. And I was like, oh, it's so much better or whatever. And I was going to keep it. It was great. I had a backpack that had fit them both or whatever. And then my boss was like, oh, I want a drone. I want a drone. I want a drone. I'm like, all right, we'll get you hooked up, man. I'll sell you the Mini 1. And I think so far he's hovered it. He got it for Christmas. He's hovered it so far. He hasn't even flown the damn thing.
Like I told on the live stream the other night, I said that I do all my editing literally just on my iMovie through my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But the average viewer will see it and think it's amazing. So I don't really need to do.
That's why I bought that badass Galaxy S7 tablet. I was like, well, I'm going to buy a tablet so I can fly with it. I'm tired of trying to fly with a little S8, with the drones. I'm like, I need something bigger. So I was looking at a tablet. I'm like, well, shit, I might as well buy this, and then I can edit. It's 256 gig on that damn thing and everything. So I can edit everything from it. It's got 2.4 fucking resolution screen on it, keyboard, the whole shot. So I'm like, yeah.
And honestly,
if I be switching over to editing mobile versus.
If I pass my 107 here in the next few months when I take it, if I get seriously into a business of doing real estate and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to hire me some young college kid and let him do all the editing. I'll just fly the damn drone and him the SD card and say, here you go, and he can do all of it. I'm not
go.
gonna sit there and dick
That's a
around
good
with
idea.
Come on,
DaVinci.
you old prick. Yeah, editing is definitely, man. If you
Oh,
can
look
get
who's there. It's
somebody
the farmer.
to edit for you, it'd save you a lot of hassles. And
It's a skill in itself. It is.
yeah,
You and
knowing
Chris-
the program and how to work it's the thing.
What's up, Ed?
Ed and Chris shop at the same store for hats.
Yes, full hat store.
Yeah, I kind of
Razor
called
store
Chris
too. But looks of
Amish about a
I
week
believe
ago.
his is a little more of a stovepipe than mine.
it. Yeah,
Oh, what? No fight.
a couple more
Roll
miles,
up.
maybe.
Roll up old Ed and smoke him when he's gone.
He's skinny enough to put him in a piece of paper and roll him.
I tell you what, that young man that did that video the other day of Ed doing this tickled me to death.
Oh yeah,
Vertical unlimited.
unlimited vertical.
That was so
Let
good.
the bodies hit the floor.
Vertical
Let the
unlimited.
bodies hit the floor.
Unlimited vertical, actually.
Yeah, unlimited vertical. It's fun.
Unlimited vertical, yeah. Well, he got it started because he was the one that was in the chat. We were talking about bodies, and I was like, "Oh, I couldn't fly that or whatever."
I'm with
And he
you,
was
Al.
down there hanging out. He's like, "We got to do one now." So he put it up. I was like, "All right, so I got to throw one up." So I went ahead and flew a pack and edited to like the remix of Bodies and put it up. Ed's like, "I guess I got to do one now."
Here I have, actually.
Yeah.
Haven't done anything with it. Okay. So I did first I did Bodies. And that pack was cool. It was cool. So then I like finished that and was going to go find another pack and let me pick a different song. So I had my cell phone sitting on my takeoff table, as I call it. And in the reflection of the phone, as I was starting the song, I was doing Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
There you go.
And in the reflection on the phone, I could see the sky above me, and there were all these buzzards. And so I'm like, oh, man, I got to get in the air quick. And I flew with the buzzards. It was cool as hell.
So did you feel different flying with music going and while you were flying? Did you feel like you kind of got more into a flow?
Yeah,
flying around that way?
absolutely. Oh, hey, dude. I mean, Comfortably Numb is playing. You know the song, I'm sure,
Yep.
Mike. And I was cruising with the damn buzzards because they're just soaring around, and I'm doing my acro, right behind them, and shit. A couple almost ran into me, but it was cool.
They ran into you, huh?
They
That's what
did
I
not
said.
run into me.
No, I
at
said
that
they
whole
almost
mode.
ran.
I mean,
Yeah.
they came at me and stuff. I can't wait to do the video of it. I actually need to find a cover song for a cover for Comfortably Numb that won't give me a strike. I don't care if I get a claim, but I don't want a strike.
Well, as long as you don't, like try to fight the claim, they won't strike you.
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
No, I know. I see people put up stuff all the time, and they have this check thingy now when you upload. But
Yeah, I mean, if it just makes any money, they just give it to whoever owns the rights to the song, but they don't make you take your video down. And they only block the music in like 5 countries, and it's a bunch of Middle Eastern countries.
It depends on the song or whatever. Some songs, like I did Hootie and the Blowfish like a couple weeks ago, and I had to pull it off the video because it was blocked in every country.
Yeah,
The song
I've heard
Time
of
by
that,
Hootie
Mike,
and the Blowfish blocked in every country. I was like, shit. All right, we'll just take that out and put something else. I tried to use a remix and it did the same damn thing. It blocked it too. Didn't matter. I was like, shit.
All the ones that I've done have only blocked them in 5 Arab countries in the Middle East.
90%
like Iran
and copyright claims, and it goes through no problem. But
yeah, 2 of them was Iran and North Korea. I'm like, I don't give a shit if anybody there sees my videos.
They tell you where they're banned?
Yeah, I'll tell you which countries. It'll give you a list.
It's pretty cool.
But it's usually the Middle Eastern countries.
I think everything's banned in North Korea, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
yeah. He's hating life so much with this damn cone, dude.
I'm
Oh, the
back.
doggy.
How you doing, Mr. Ed? Love my drum. How you doing, buddy?
You,
Good.
you decided to join your own show.
What's
Nice.
going on?
I know. What's up with that?
What's going on? You old cougar? You old possum?
Ed's a cougar.
Yeah, Ed is a cougar.
That ain't the kind of cougar I'm looking for.
Definitely not.
Well, hold on. Will Ed pay my car note for me?
Yeah, right.
If he
I
will,
didn't know
then
he
he can be
might.
my kind
Look
of
at
cougar.
him.
That looks like an old possum.
Look, if you pay my car bills, I'll gladly spoon with you, Ed.
You gonna spoon with him?
He pays
Man,
my car
Probably gonna have
payment,
to
maybe.
fight Carlos though.
You just made me remember Woody
All that
Harrelson
time
and
they
King
spent
Pin. He's thrown up after sleeping with that old gal.
All the time they spent together in a hotel room last
That's right.
month.
What was that? Ed, 3 fabulous nights with me?
I think it was only 2, Carlos.
How
What
you
was
doing,
it? Friday
Jordan?
and Saturday. You didn't spend
Carlos said it felt
Sunday?
like 3.
I'm coming in, sir.
Oh, that's right. Friday and Saturday. You're right.
No,
Felt like
Hey,
Sunday night I dropped him back
Bob.
off so I could head home. Oh, he come and bugged me, and then he went and go to bug Mom, and Mom's like, "All right, we'll get your face now." I can hear him in there just a whimpering. He had a cyst in his cheek type thing, and he scratched at it and got the outside bleeding. Well, then the inside cyst burst, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. He's like dripping blood all through the house and all over and shit. The wife had to take him to the vet. They couldn't get it to stop, so they had to put him under and open it up and get in there and clean it up and get it to stop and whatnot. But so he's got this cone on for like the next 3 weeks or some shit like that. He's hating life. But we keep having to clean the incision where he's got stitches and shit. He doesn't like it. It's sensitive.
You got to get one of those trick light bulbs that light up by themselves without electric and put it in his mouth. Take a picture.
Yeah.
Poor dog. That sucks having those cones, I guess.
Who's house you
Tried
at
to
tonight,
walk
Adrian?
through the house and everything like
Can't even lick his own balls.
panel
now.
wall or something to get the little ribs that run into the panel on the wall. And that cone will catch one of those ribs. He'll be walking along and it'll catch. He'll be like,
I
Carlos,
can't even.
crank his head over.
What's up?
Poor guy.
I can't even do that without a cone.
Can we go
He
back
tried to
to
jump up on the bed to take a nap, and the bottom of the cone like hangs up on the edge of the bed, throws him back down to the floor.
Can we go back to John? What are you talking about licking balls? What's wrong with you?
We were talking about my dog. He's got this cone on his head.
Adrian, do you know?
Like his own balls.
Do you know why dogs
Poor
lick their
guy.
balls? Do you know the
Yes.
answer?
Just about every dog I know lick their balls.
Why do they do that?
don't
Because
know.
they can.
Exactly.
Because they can.
Exactly. That's the answer.
What'd that do?
The only reason you don't is
I
because
don't
you
know what's
can't
going
reach
on with
it.
him, Chris. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know.
I know if Adrian was flexible enough, he wouldn't need to leave his house.
You mean he didn't have a rib pull?
None of it. None of
Didn't
us
have a
would,
rib
Carlos.
removed?
I don't know, Mike. Have you tried it since you jacked your ribs up?
No, it did.
You
I
need to
can't
get
flex
fired.
nothing now, dude.
You might have repositioned a couple of them to be able to do
I'm
it.
still sore.
I'm out, Adrian.
All right, Chrissy Hall. Thank you for coming in, buddy. Appreciate
Y'all have a
you.
good night, everybody. We'll see y'all somewhere. And,
Sunrise,
See you,
Chris. Have to
Chris.
make it up.
Chris, are you going to do a sunrise tomorrow?
thanks for having me. I'll be up bright and early with the sunrise guys in the
All
morning.
right. 6 o'clock?
I'll be thinking about you.
Probably 5:30.
Yeah, right. I'll be
Turn it on
dreaming
and I'll be
about you,
asleep.
Chris.
Never mind.
It'd be six. It'd be
It's tough to catch
6:30
the
your time.
sunrise crew. You got to
All
be
right.
an early bird.
Peace.
See you
Chris,
later.
wait,
man.
Chris, check this out, real quick. Check out
Yes,
this.
What's up, Mike? GFO Jonathan guy. Let me bring Lon Denard in the line. What's going on, Lon?
Adrian, can you
What's
share this?
up?
Can you share this real quick, Adrian?
Yes, Carlos. Give me 1 minute.
I was following a bird, and I almost flew into him. See him there?
Yep.
Is that a chicken hawk?
Yes.
I'm
Look
a
how-
chicken
look
hawk.
how- look
I'm
how
hunting
close.
chicken.
Oh,
Oh, his head's all puckered on that one.
who?
Are you a
I'm sure Carlos is dead.
Are you
That was close, right?
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike GFO Jonathan guy.
Hey, Mike.
Let me get rid of this. All right, you know what? I'm gonna leave too because I've been up since freaking 5 in the morning. Did 100 miles of driving. About 14 packs of 4S batteries. Adios, Crispy.
Night, guys.
Not Carlos.
So yes. Oh, by the way, nah, that's not a good. Oh well, never mind. Next time, I'll show you some analog footage. It's not always so bad, Adrian.
Aldia, you got your link in the email, man. Come on in, brother. How you doing, Mr. JSK Enterprise?
Hey,
Thanks for
Al.
coming in.
Juan,
All
why
right,
do you
Holmes.
look like somebody's holding a gun behind the camera at you?
Who?
Juan,
Because he probably is.
you're just staring at the camera like.
So
Oh,
Adrian,
I know what he do. Look at the hat. Look at that hat he got. He trying to be like me. That's what it is.
Adrian, when you get your tiny hawk, let me know.
Yes, sir. Thursday. Again, Carlos, you need to send me an email and send me your phone number, man, so we could talk.
All right. You got it, boss.
Ed, look at all
Edward,
these young punks
Mike,
with their flat
Justin,
bill hats.
and Mr. Londonard, have a good evening.
Happy
I'll
flying,
be
buddy.
falling asleep on the couch. Take it
All right,
easy, guys.
Carlos. Have a good night, man.
Big day planned
Not
with the
Carlos.
bum tomorrow?
Say again?
Big day planned with the bum tomorrow?
No, if anything, I might go visit him and he can teach me how the hell he does all the editing with his stupid little phone. So
Yeah.
jealous. He does such a good job. So maybe he'll teach me.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
see.
quick and easy. He loves that editing.
It's amazing what he does with just a phone. I'm jealous.
Dan Drone Worship, dude, all that shit from down there in Florida, dude. He was
Also.
doing that shit on a regular phone, dude.
Yep. He has
Yeah.
one.
He's got two
That's
phones.
amazing.
One
Right.
is hooked up to service, and one's just a phone.
Yep.
And he hotspots it off the one that's got service, so he can upload or whatever. But all his editing's done from like a damn phone on the road, dude. He was
Yeah,
pulling
these
in
guys
shit
are
from
amazing.
videos, all that shit. And yeah.
They do really
Yeah,
good.
it's the Power Director. That's what he uses.
That's
I
the
have
one,
that.
Power Director. That's what
I have
Paul
that
uses.
and iMovie are the two that I use.
I use iMovie.
iMovie's actually not
Power
bad.
Director and my shit don't look anything like theirs.
Because you're not as creative as Paul.
He's
got
not
that-
using your phone, Ed. That's the problem.
He's got the feminine side. Peace, gentlemen.
You're probably right, Mike. Power Director for the damn phone's probably better than what I got. I
Probably
paid for
really.
the shit too.
So
He's
long enough. How you doing,
pretty
buddy?
powerful, so.
All right. I'm just listening to all y'all try to say that the footage off of Mini is just as good as the footage off of Mavic 2 Pro. We're all just a bunch of, we just overspent and we're trying to justify our purchases and shit.
I'm not saying it was just as good. I'm just saying people
I would say
a lot of
just the
people had
opposite.
the Pro 2 where you could tell they were impressed by the Air 2, but they didn't kind of want to admit it.
Yeah. I don't know. I get it.
I mean, for the app, but if you're looking at the average viewer's point of view, though, they're not going to notice a damn difference unless you're spending it. You're noticing a difference because you're spending, that field of editing and everything.
Did you see my video where I uploaded in 5K?
No.
What, is that
No,
what
give it a chance. Huh?
Is that what the meaning?
Me?
No.
The 5K, is that what the Air S2 or the Mini?
Air S2 because the Mini doesn't do 5K.
No, it only does
Yeah,
4.
I'm sorry. I was watching it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, well, yeah, it's not even, it's kind of a boring video. I literally got the Air 2S home and launched it off my balcony, flew up the river, turned around and flew back, and then walked in the house and edited the video. I mean, literally. I threw a Mavic Air 2 battery in the Air 2S and flew it up and down the river and then uploaded the video. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It depends on what you're making videos for. I make videos for me. Like me and Ed kind of had this argument. I make videos for me. I'm the only person I care about as far as my footage, and what it looks like to me on my monitor. And if somebody's looking at it on a phone or if they're looking at it on an 8K, that's up to them. You know what I mean? But I don't really care. I care about what it looks like to me when I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying?
You could have uploaded that 5K video, but most of us probably don't even have a device to fully see that.
Right.
Like my
And I
phone
don't
can
care.
only do up to 4K. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I sound a little snotty, but I don't mean it that way. I just mean I don't
No,
care.
I
I don't
understand
upload.
what you're
I
saying.
don't upload for you. I don't upload for
Right.
anyone else. I barely upload. You know what I mean? I only care about what it looks like to me.
I'm just
as
saying,
far as
like,
that
to
goes.
say that you couldn't do some professional shots with the Mini 2 or Air 2.
Oh, you
Oh
could.
yeah.
You could definitely do some.
You could
professional
definitely
shots
do
with
it.
the Mini
That's
2,
why that was
easy.
just my point, though. Is if that's all you had, you could do professional shots with it. It may not look as good as a Pro 2, but you could do a good enough job where the viewer that you're probably giving it to is not going to notice.
I personally just think the Mavic 2 owners would be pissed off with the Mini 2 coming out, having such good quality with the Mini 2, and that they've spent so much for the Mavic 2, and it's like this little cheap drone comes out, and fuck, the quality's like half as good, and we're spending 4 times as much, dude. And it's such compact. There's a
Well, that
lot
was
of
my point.
disappointment, I think, but then they've got new drones coming out all the time and whatnot, like the Air 2 come out,
Right.
and what now
Right.
the Air 2S, and it's a little bit better and a little bit more price, but
Right. Well, everybody knows.
Fill the market more.
Everybody knows that it's the last 10% that costs money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you buy a diamond, you get like an 8S, or a fine diamond, right? It costs us say $1,000 for a carat, and then that next piece up, it costs $5,000, and then the next level up, it costs $50,000. You know what I mean? It's the little increment. Yeah, if you buy Heaven Hill whiskey, Mike, it costs $3 a pint. If you buy Jim Beam, it costs $5 a pint. And then if you go out and buy, Doers, it costs $20 a pint or whatever. You know what I mean? It's that extra little bit that costs the most money. Everybody can get to here. It's when you get to here, here, and here. That's where it starts costing money. That's all.
Yeah, it's some fine details. Whereas if you're doing stuff professionally, you're going to look at the Mavic 2 Pro anyway because of the quality that it can do, the range, the overall of it. But yet you look at it from a perspective like, well, I don't want to spend all that money and I'm not really all into it. You buy the Mavic 2 and then the Mavic 2 Mini comes out and you're like, oh, shit, dude, I just got ripped because I could have bought that and got the same thing done with, that I'm doing right here. But they're not using the full capability of the drone as well. And that's part of it
Right.
too.
DJI scales back all the drones for what they can actually do.
Hold on a second, guys. First of all, you're all possum. You're not going to go nowhere. You just got here. So chill out.
Where are we going? Who's leaving?
Possum want to go ahead and leave. The cougar want to go ahead and leave already. He said he ate a little pudding, a little cookie, milk, a burrito. He want to go to sleep.
Down on the thing. He's like,
I ain't had no shaky pudding in a while.
Say that again.
We're talking FPV.
What was that, Ed?
I haven't had any shaky pudding for a while.
Shaky pudding.
Shaky pudding.
That's
let me
from
ask
an
you-
old Burt Reynolds movie, White Lightning.
I watched that movie.
That's way before your time, Adrian.
I think I watched it before. My daddy loved them old school movies.
Anyway, shaky pudding. That's okay. Never mind.
You want to say more?
Only you can guess.
You have a kid, so you know what shaky pudding is.
Yeah, I do. My kids love that.
Well, I hope they don't love it. Yeah, it's supposed to be married before they have any shaky pudding.
Kids love it when Dad's working on the shaky pudding because they ain't in his hair. They're like, oh yeah, free time.
So
paying attention to YouTube tonight.
So you're about to go to sleep, Ed?
Man, when I eat, first of all, I had a tough day. I had a number of search and rescue missions for my drone that I put in a tree and a holly bush on the other side of a fence. It was windy today.
Yes, it was. It was really freaking windy today.
So
I only flew a pack myself. It was just it looked like it was going to be a nice day, but it was really overcast for the most part. I was like, just kind of a blah kind of day to fly anything, man. So I stayed home for the most part.
I just had to make it 21 days in a row, Mike, and I managed.
I flew a pack out of the lake tonight, just probably about 7:30 at night, something like that. I flew one battery. Then we went out to my buddy's for his birthday party. Well, his sister's house for the birthday party. The big house that we painted out on the lake. So we went out there for his little birthday gathering or whatever and hung out for an hour or two. And I put up the drone and let him fly around a little bit over at the lake and whatnot with the DJI FPV rig.
So wait a minute, Ed, you told me that you flew like 4,500 batteries without crashing. So you lied to me then.
I never told you that.
I got proof. I got the text. Don't lie to me. I got the text.
Oh, shit.
I told you how many days in a row I had flown. I didn't tell you I didn't have a crash.
First of all, you need to start sucking on Grandpa's old cough medicine. You told me you flew 4,500 batteries in one day.
Yeah,
4,500 batteries.
I flew 6 batteries.
That's a long day, brother. I don't care if they're one of those tiny hog batteries. That's a lot of freaking packs.
That's a lot of batteries, man.
I think when I went to the multi-GP International Open back like 3-4 years ago, I think the record was like 6,000 or 8,000 packs over a 4 or 5 day weekend by pilots. That's a lot of freaking packs, dude.
Yeah,
think about it, 4,000 to 5,000 packs in a weekend. But that's 180 pilots or some shit that were out there fucking flying packs constantly on 8 different courses and tracks out there. Almost always something. Yeah, that's a lot of packs, brother. 4 or 5.
That's a lot of packs, he said.
Hey, Lon, let me ask you a question.
Go.
If you take the coloring technology out of the Hasselblad camera, do you think the Air 2S is comparable to the Pro 2?
Yes.
Because I know that the
I
Pro
think
2 has that
I think the
special
Air
color
2S is better. I think it's better other than variable apertures. You know, the problem with the Air 2S, it doesn't have variable aperture. You know, as far as the Pro, thing goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Hasselblad HMCS is the shit. And most people, now that I listen to you more, I'm starting to think you have a point. Just that people don't use it to its level. You know what I mean? And you guys are right about that. But nobody uses anything to its level.
They push that auto button. They hit the auto button on their camera, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it takes great video." Nobody goes into their thing and starts playing with their camera, all that, unless they're really, really into it and using the full features. Nobody uses the full features. I know on the Mini 2, I've never used the full features. I've played around with it a little bit, but dude, there's so much shit you can do with that, with your color and your correction and your apertures and everything else that it's opened up. With the Mini 2, there's a lot of potential for that little thing, but that most people don't use all that shit. They don't know it. They hit the auto button and let it go.
You forget.
Hey, I do want to welcome Gerographic channel to the stream. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I do have to agree with you, Mike. Like I have the Mini 1, and by that thing only being a 2.7K, the picture looks amazing, man. That video is freaking great.
The quality is crazy.
That little camera, you know what I mean, really makes some great, videos.
See, only 2.7K. First of all, my old ass eyes, I'm lucky if I can see 1080.
That's because my eyes don't even focus at 2.7 anymore.
That's what I mean.
It's like I had to buy like 3 new TVs just so I could watch a video, man.
Ed.
Oh man, I can't.
Ed. Adrian to Ed, can you hear me?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, aren't you like 200 years old? I know you don't have 2020 anymore.
King Edward? Yeah, something like that.
Well, Ed's seen the progression since like 240 on black and white TV back in the
Hell yeah.
All level now.
Fuck, Ed was taking pictures with a hammer and chisel. Now hold still.
Ed's an electrician, man. He was the first guy to make the antenna out of a darn coat hanger.
Ed invented electricity.
Hey, Lon, stop moving, man. You're missing. Stop moving. Stop moving.
Hold still.
Jackass.
I have electrons older than you.
No, Ed's actually cool as hell.
He's
No,
fun,
you know what?
He's
I hear
fun.
what you guys are saying, but it doesn't matter what you have. This phone, $2,000. Do I use it up to its maximum capacity? No. I got a Tab S7.
Yeah, dude, I just spent $1,000 on a tab.
Just like Mike.
Do I use
it to its capacity? No. I have an Area 51 computer, Alienware Area 51 computer. Use it at max capacity? No. I got a Challenger out in the driveway. Do I drive it as fast as it'll go? No. I got a crotch rocket. Do I drive it as fast as it'll go? No. So I get what you're saying, but that's.
Well, I'm just saying
on a sectional, and I live alone. and I have a sectional that probably holds.
I wonder why.
Oh no, I'm not
Because
bagging
I'm a
on
prick.
anybody, but when I've watched these comparison videos on the bigger channels, you can tell that they're apprehensive about wanting to say that the Air 2 or Air 2S is almost comparable to the Pro 2. It's like they're afraid. They want you can see it in their face that they want to say it, but they just won't because they're so they've had that drone for so long. And it was the top king as far as the foldable drones go for a long time. And now these other drones are coming out that are half the price, like the Air 2S with the 1-inch sensor and all that.
Kind of like me with analog, dude. I've been on analog for 4 years, man. When DJI come out, I'm like, fuck that, dude. My analog's the shit, dude. I love my analog. And now DJI's out, and it's like,
maybe I should look at that. Yeah.
So everything's.
But you're hesitant to bash your own shit that you've had for years because
you
don't want to, but you don't want to admit.
You're reliable. You know what it does. You trust the gear that you've got. So when you start looking at newer gear and you hear issues or this or that, you're like, you kind of sketch away. So that comes into play a lot too.
I mean, that was my only point.
What's the Air 2S got that the Air 2 didn't? I don't know how to fly the damn thing. So, and that's where the consumer market for DJI has blown them up. Is everybody's like, I want to get a drone. I want to get a drone. I want to get a drone. And then they put them in a price range where they can do it. And these people don't even realize what they've got their hands on for 90% of them, They're like, wow.
They do such a variety of price ranges.
Don't know how to use it.
Hey, I do have a little grab that I want to pick on you, Ed, Mike, and Carlos, if you're still there. Why do a lot of you guys are pretty good when it comes to FPV drone? Why some of you guys are picking on the damn DJI FPV? Like, it's not a true FPV. Well, no shit, it's not a true FPV.
It's nothing about whether it's true FPV or not. It's a whole different FPV
I
signal
haven't
and
picked
whatnot.
on it any.
When you build drones, when you've got 15 to 20 of them on the wall, and they're all analog, and the DJI comes out, and it's going to cost me $170 for each of my drones that are on the wall to upgrade it, to put it on the goggles that I got. It starts getting costly, kind of like with Crossfire. When Crossfire came out, everybody's like, why do I want to give up my FR Sky for a Crossfire, dude? Really? I mean, I get a mile on my FR Sky already. And then Crossfire came out, and they started seeing what range and stability it had, and they're like, and now everybody's like, why are you on FR Sky? The same thing with the digital. Everybody
look how many
so against digital with analog, and now everybody's like, even the racers are like, I like digital, man.
Well, look at all the people, the FPV guys on the other channels. They were bashing the shit out of it, but yet they can't stop making videos about it.
I was so away from doing digital.
Hey, hold on.
It's short.
But see,
really short.
That's the point that I'm trying to make, Justin. So much people talk a lot of crap about it, but now even some people retracting it, talking about, I hated it before, but now I love it. Like, stop being
I
fucking.
said I
money,
wasn't
dude.
going to
Fly
get
the
the
goddamn drone.
DJI FPV drone. Oops. Guess I went back on that, didn't I?
Say that again, Mike.
I said I wasn't going to get the DJI FPV drone. I was like, no, that thing's. I'm just going to break the shit out of it.
To be honest with you, Mike,
12 packs and no break.
Hey, Mike, I think you said that at the drone meetup, but I had a feeling you were gonna get it.
Well,
I had a feeling you were gonna get
I
it.
got to see it and see what it was about.
No, not just that. I remember you told me. I asked you gonna get it. You said no, and I said, yeah, you're gonna get it. You freaking prick.
Well, yeah.
You told me you're not.
Down there, I was like, no, man. I was thinking I was gonna break the shit out of it. You know what I mean?
Dude, but how can you break it if you're already a freaking FPV?
Because I had to get the mindset right.
Does everybody
The way that I
crashes?
fly it has to be the right way in order to fly that drone. I can't fly that drone like I fly my regular FPV drones, dude.
But see, Adrian, if you want to get
crash
into
is.
Not even close. There's
Adrian,
no
if you
way
wanna
I'll
get into-
ever fly that just like my FPV drones.
Yeah,
if you want to get
but,
into FPV, just don't ever use that drone for that kind
Right.
of flying. Use it
And
for
that's the thing
cinematic.
is keeping the mindset that it's a cinematic side beeline or getting some footage for
It's a
house or
hybrid.
this or that. Yeah, it's a hybrid type thing. It's for specific stuff, and that's it. It's not for flying around, diving buildings, diving trees, fucking cutting in all the gaps. It's not for that. It's not for racing. It'd be cool to chase some racers or something with, because it has some of the obstacle avoidance and whatnot. So it could help in several situations. But
buy some drones like Ed and Mike have for that crazy flying. And then you use that, save the DJI for when you want to get those really cool cinematic shots for your channel.
Chase and stuff like that. Yeah.
And just never put it in acro mode.
I've had some fun times flying in the.
How you doing, Mr. Rigor Mortis? Thank you for coming in, sir.
The way that it handles and flies, even in like your normal and in sport mode, whereas your throttle stick is your elevation. Okay. I can still fly that thing around and cruise around and learn the drop of the throttle and elevation, so I can bring it down into a cinematic scene like I'm almost diving into something soft and this and that, and do so much with it, even in the stable mode, because of the way that it handles kind of FPV. And then you go into the actual FPV part of it. I wish they'd have kept some of the stabilization for it, but I can understand why. We're always cutting close and gaps, and it'd just screw things up. But to have that censoring would be kind of cool, to be able to do some chase type stuff, because you could concentrate on what you were chasing more and not so much the surrounding. With the obstacle avoidance, it would help, but you can do some crazy stuff with that, dude. Crazy stuff. The way I've been able to drop down into things, and I'm looking at videos and watching them in replays. I'm like, what mode was I in? You know what I mean? Was I in FPV mode coming down, or stable mode, or just because of some of the way you can bring it down and pan
It's in its own category. It's in a league of its own.
Yeah, it's a fun drone, dude. I'm having a blast with it. I can't wait for this summer to get some more packs. And
well, see, that's what I'm saying. Is a lot of FPV guys were very hesitant at the beginning, but you've seen them slowly fall in love with it.
I wish I was more hesitant now, because with the switching of the goggles between being able to fly like that, I wanted to put my nooo. That was one of the first drones I was going to put onto a Caddx Vista type thing, and so switching between FPV, DJI, and Caddx, I got to rebind everything every freaking time, because I got the V2 and this and that. Their firmware's fucked up.
How hard is it really to bind it? Like, how long does it take?
Dude, it's a pain in the ass. Really, it is. It is a pain. So, like, if I switch over to a Vista, I got to go in, bind the Vista. So you got to have it connected up, bind it all up, make sure it's all set up, fly it around. Then I decide to get the FPV rig back out. Now I've got to bind the radio, the goggles, and the drone back to each other every time that you switch back and forth. So when I bind back to the FPV drone, all the Vista units or whatever I had logged in and bound, it drops that bind. So I got to bind them all over again when I go back. So every time you switch, you're binding the complete setup. So if you got 10 drones on Vistas, you're coming off the FPV drone, you're like, I'm going to go fly my Cinewhoops and all that shit. You got 10 drones to rebind all the way through. That's a pain in the ass, dude. Real big.
That sounds
But
like
it's a firmware thing.
Yeah.
It's just a firmware thing. That's all it is them getting the firmware into the goggles the right way so it switches properly and holds the fucking bind. We'll see. This last week, I've been so tempted to just send that bitch back, dude. I'm like, I got a warranty. I got my money back. I can do it right now. If I wait too long, I'll screw myself. So I'm at that like pivot point right now. It's like, are they gonna fix shit, or am I gonna fucking just be pissed off, or what?
You know what, Mike? I'm so dumb. I just typed an answer to you in the chat because I forgot I was on. So, dude, I've already told you. You should just send the FPV drone back. I'm gonna tell you why.
I thought about it. Get the V1 goggles.
The protocols, they're never, ever going to be able for you to switch from OcuSync 3 to the
air units.
Yeah, the air unit without rebinding. We got to rebind when we switch the smart controller from the Mavic Air 2 to the Mavic 2 Pro.
So it's something DJI's done all along, really, and I just never knew it because.
Yeah, you got to rebind.
It is what it is. A pain in the ass, dude.
Well, it's
not such a pain with the DJI drone, but when you've got 15 drones on Canex Vista, it's a real pain in the ass.
Right. I get it now. Why is he complaining?
It takes 5 minutes to
you gotta bind the drone. So what? You push a button, you push another button, whoop we do.
Yeah.
But you're trying to do like 10 drones. Now I understand what you're talking about. I thought you were complaining over
the wall filled up.
Well, yeah. Camera drone guys don't get it because I don't go out with 10 effing drones when I go out to fly.
Right.
You know what I mean? I take like 2, maybe 3 at the most when I go out to fly. I don't load up 10 drones and jump on my car.
Yeah, it's a lot to carry though. I mean, with camera drones, that's 3 suitcases you're carrying.
Well, yeah, but you see my point though. My point is that I didn't get what you were talking about because I'm not trying to bring 10 different drones. I don't even know why you do that, but it's none of my business. You get to do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean?
See,
I don't care.
With our drones is once they're set up on our radio and our goggles, they're all the same, dude. They don't change. So all my drones are all on the same radio channel on my goggles. They're all bound to the same radio. So it's all just one complete unit. It's just an expansion of my unit. That's why he said he was going to bed, Adrian. That's why he tried to get out of here, man. Hey, buddy. Have a good night, brother.
Good night, Ed.
Take care.
He laughed.
He heard going to bed. He's like, "Oh yeah, well, that was me."
No, it's because you build the drone. It's like I know a lot about frequencies because of what I do for a living, and I can set you up a remote system where you just clone the same code over 1 million different transmitters,
right,
and make it do the same operation in your business. Okay, I can do that for you right now.
Hey, Lon, do you have any music on that video that you just uploaded?
Just YouTube music. It's not
for like YouTube and the music.
Yeah, YouTube. You get it from YouTube.
Okay.
I get all my music.
Do you mind if I play it?
Download the video.
Yeah, go ahead, but it's probably still in SD. I was editing it while I was here on the panel.
So why do you have it? Why don't you just put it private until I upload in HD?
Oh, because I don't care. Well, you asked it.
He just wanted you to have the link. He knew you were doing a live stream. He's like, "Here, you can check it when you get done, and it should be HD by the time you get there."
Such a freaking prick, you know that.
It's probably 1080 by now.
No, that's not why. I literally just walked in the door before Artco was on. I walked in the door when Artco came on, so I was watching his stream, and I'm like, "Let me edit this video real quick," and I was editing it while I was, it's on. That's the beauty of not editing from my phone. I'm just kidding. Because I was rendering and then I was editing the whole time I was talking to you guys on this computer.
Day 22 tomorrow for Ed. That's 22.
Ed is the man.
Bro, he's flown at least a battery every day. That's good.
Hey, hold on, Lon, because I like how you went through that to the doors and shit, like the opening.
Yeah, I was just you can play it. I don't know what it's in, but I don't care.
Hold on. 'Cause I believe you related to Carla. You being a prick just like him.
Yeah, it's low res right now. It's just SD, but
Yeah, it's on SD. Well, there it is right there. Can everybody see it?
you mean to click on full screen. There you go.
I mean, it's cool the way you could just take that joint just about anywhere, man.
I'm not comfortable doing flips and shit in this kind of environment.
If it was somebody else, that would be flipping everywhere, man.
Well, yeah, a lot of these are guys. Mike will be in there doing flips and shit. I'm doing good just to get through these holes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I'm happy just being able to get through these holes. I go high when I want to flip around and shit.
That's what I want to know how to do, man. I want to know how to do all of that, them little flips and just be able to
you
fly
see
like
this move coming up. I just invented a move. It's funny as hell. I don't know what I was doing. It's coming up. I was like, this is where I can't get. I can't get a decent orbit to save my life.
It's tough on the DJI FPV. The orbits are real tough.
Yeah.
Did you slow that down on purpose?
No. Oh, you mean did I go? I didn't do any editing.
No. They just slow it down the video on purpose.
I didn't manipulate the video. Here comes this move. Look at this move. How you like that move around that tree?
That thing's got some power, dude. I've seen it push through some branches watching other videos.
Yeah.
The props seem pretty durable compared to some of the FPV drone props I've flown too. I'll tell you what.
Man, you are an anomaly, Mike, because all I hear about is what a piece of garbage this drone is compared to regular FPV and whatever.
It's fun. It's not an FPV drone, though. I mean, it's a hybrid FPV. It's made for certain things and certain things only.
Right.
It's not going to be like your freestyle FPV where you're doing flips and constantly moving.
It's a category of its
seconds is a new thing. You're not going to do that.
As long as you keep it in its lane, it's all right. You know what I mean?
You're about to crash.
Dude, I went under the bridge yesterday with my Mavic Air.
Wait a minute, Lon, how did you not lose signal in there, man?
This is where, bro, tell him, Mike, this is where the
DJI is. That's why I switched to DJI, Adrian, is because of the penetration. I want to be able to go down to Detroit and fly in concrete buildings and not have to worry about shit.
Hold on, wait a minute. Say that one more time, Lon.
Watch this. Look at this shit. And here's the thing,
that's a steel structure over the top of him and around him.
Yep.
Steel beams of sheet. Yeah.
Full signal the whole time.
The whole roof.
Never lost a bar.
Hey, Rigor Morty, thank you for coming in, buddy. Also, we got Chris Wedgeport. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in, sir.
Beyond anything so far. I mean, even like the shark bite that they've got out, which is the Fat Shark Digital, it has no penetration at all compared to DJI.
Yeah, I'm gonna name that move the lawn slide or something. That was funny as hell. I was like up, and then I tried to. I don't know what I was. I was trying to do a split S, and I blew it and went sideways instead. Is Rigor Mortis leaving? See you later, Rigor. You know, I like Rigor Mortis, actually. He's got some strong views about China or whatever, but hey, he's got it right to his views.
like I said,
If the American company made what DJI was making, I'd much rather buy from them.
You know what? That's what I say about motorcycles. People get mad at me for riding Suzuki. Why you riding jet bike? Blah blah blah. I said because name me the American bike that can do what this bike does for the same money. Go ahead, I'm waiting.
I don't have no
You
issues
know?
with Japan though. They're a big
Harley's an
country.
overrated freaking money bin. You got to take it you got to take it in for tuning and tightening like every 6 months or some shit, or it falls apart.
Right.
It rattles itself right the hell apart. Why buy a Harley?
Supporting
My
Japanese
point
or
is
Korean
that
companies.
it's not like I love China. Come on, but and he was like, well, if Russia made drones, would you promote them? If they were just as good as DJI, yes.
Yeah, if it was a good drone.
If the devil himself appeared in my living room and handed me a drone that flew better than my Mavic 2 Pro, I would say thank you very much, Satan, and go out and fly it. I'm sorry.
If Altel or one of them did what DJI did, I wouldn't buy DJI.
Right. I had the Skydio. I had the Skydio. I bought the
Adrian's
Skydio.
still buying DJI drones, and he's got all them toys, and he's still buying DJIs up because he knows they're a solid drone. Even though they got some fucking issues here and there, like little cheap cables and shit like that, they're still a good, solid drone.
There's nobody that compares to them.
Yeah, make some beautiful drones. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, DJI is the #1 drone company right now.
Right now,
100%.
Who?
Like Altel and Skydio can compare, but on a very small scale because they don't have the options that DJI provides.
And they haven't been around nearly as long.
Well, DJI, you have so many
right.
different price options of what you want to spend. If you want a $500 Mini 1 or Mini 2, or do you want a
$1,000 Air 2X,
$8,000 Inspire 2,
$2,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
figure out where you want to be.
Hey, guys, give me a minute. How you doing, Mr. Jackson, RC Aviation? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming in.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm all about it, man. I just want the best for the money.
Right.
And I've had every kind of drone. I can hop up right now and grab a bunch of Parrot drones, Altel, freaking I had the GoPro Karma, I mean, you name it. I wanted to hate DJI. I really did.
Yeah.
I was right there with Rigger. Everybody's like, oh, DJI sucks. And I was right there with them. Yeah, DJI, screw them. And I was buying every other drone. I had Typhoon H, Pro. I tried them. I'm that guy that there's 100 women in town, right? And I have screwed all of them. And I married number 100. So if you come and talk to me about number 74, I'm going to laugh at you. I was like, 74 can't cut.
Yeah, honestly, dude, he's such a has-been.
But honestly, you can't compare Skydio to anybody else because that's mainly a tracking drone.
For me?
That's for people that want to ride mountain bikes and want to surf and stuff like that. That's a tracking drone.
Right.
That's not the same as a Mavic Air 2. It's in a league of its own because it's a unique type of drone.
I wanted to love Skydio. I bought the Skydio. I had it for 3 months and I sold it. This guy wanted it so bad because their waiting list was so long. I said, yeah, if you pay me what I paid for, you can have it. And he did, happily. And great for him. He's a great guy. He's a really nice guy.
Yep.
But the bottom line is that it will do what I want. I want to fly the drone. I don't want the drone to fly itself all the time.
Yeah,
I had it for 3 months. I never tracked a single damn thing. Because I don't I don't have tracking videos on my channel. You know why? Because I don't do shit I want to track.
99% of the videos of Skydio, it's always somebody on a mountain bike, a dirt bike.
Ain't nothing going to keep up with your bike to track you or your Camaro or, this or that. So there's no sense in it. It's not like you're out doing like trail riding or some shit or long hikes in the woods or anything.
And the Altel Evo 2 is more on the lines, what would you say, the Pro 2?
Yeah. To answer
that's all they have.
To answer Bob Casey, do anybody know the answer to that question? Especially?
Yes.
So they did?
Yeah. Military contract, right?
They got a huge contract, yep.
So is that like a military contract?
Because they're USA built. Yes.
It's a government contract, because, yeah.
There's quite a few U.S. drone companies, but they're all military.
To take over what DJI was already doing for our military and things like that in our government system. They didn't want the DJI there anymore because of all the issues with the China and this and that. So they said, we're going to put an American company and open the door for somebody else to come in and take that spot.
Right. No, DJI never had a contract with the government. All the individual agencies were buying DJI drones because, well, they were the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They tried, and the government agencies tried the other brands too. There was many a 3DR Solo. There was many unique, but they were primarily they were buying DJI drones. Well, the government another thing here is too. Now, briefly, the government put out a mandate. They grounded all Chinese drones.
Yep.
DJI just happens to be 88% of the market, but they grounded all Chinese drones. People say they don't want to buy DJI drones because they're garbage or whatever. No, they grounded all Chinese.
Well, that was only on a federal level because there's still state and local agencies using them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Local agencies are capable to use whatever they want, right? That's up to them.
Right.
There's a lot of American drone companies you've never heard of because that's all they do is military contracts. They don't do any commercial stuff.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's not like the drone technology isn't in the U.S. They just don't – they're not trying to reach the commercial market. They would rather get that $1 billion contract and work one thing with the government, making Reaper drones, different shit like that, little mini drones like that little $80,000 helicopter drone that's like that big.
Yeah.
Supposedly like $80,000 for that little thing.
That thing literally looks like a freaking dragonfly. I think they call it dragonfly. That's what they call it.
Take care, Ed. Sleep well, brother.
Some kind of
Good night, Ed.
Good night, Ed.
But like I said, there's a lot of drone companies you just never heard of because of that.
Well, right. The government, they vet every product that's used by the government, whether it's a computer, tablet, phones, telephones, everything is vetted, before it can be used
tear the
by
machines apart.
The government. So.
Well, it's like whenever the Pentagon gets a new shipment of computers, they tear every single one of them apart and look at every chip. They go through everything before they'll put it back together, and they'll say this computer's ready to go, because they don't know if any chips were embedded into it or any kind of programming, and they don't want any back doors in anything.
Yeah, and that's what upset DJI, because they had a site picked out. I believe it was in South Carolina or North Carolina. They were going to put an assembly plant in here in the United States. And they also went through and made a stripped down version of the Fly app or the Go4 app or the Pilot app rather, just for the U.S. government. So it didn't send any data back. It didn't it passed every requirement that the U.S. government asked them to pass. And then the U.S. government turned around and signed with Skydio anyway, and grounded DJI. So DJI was like, well, screw you then. So they pulled back on their plans to open a factory here and yada yada yada. Shit
It'll happen in the future.
But in all reality, DJI can make just as much money as a contractor can in the private sector, in the commercial sector with the public, because you can still make multi-billions of dollars just in the U.S. alone, just selling to private individuals.
Multi-billion dollars. You're damn right about that, Justin.
Versus it's the same as Skydio getting that contract. It's not for $100 billion.
Hold on, wait a minute. One at a time. Say that again, Justin.
I was going to say Skydio is not getting a $100 billion contract. They're going to get a few $1 billion to work on a project. So in the same, DJI is probably going to make twice that just selling to the private sector.
Yep.
The U.S.
Yeah, look at the FPV drone. How many people bought the FPV drone at $1,200 a fucking shot, dude?
A lot.
$1,200 a shot.
Well, that's not including the rest of the world neither.
And consumer market that they still maintain.
But see, Mike, not just the drone. Can you imagine people buying the extra battery kit? You know what I mean? Like, Lord, how many kids do you have?
Everybody on the YouTube and internet's blowing up. Where do I get parts? Where do I get parts? They're waiting on parts, man. They're waiting on arms and this and that and the other thing to fix the shit. Dude, everybody's blowing up right now. So they're still making money because they're the only ones producing the parts.
Yeah. But hey, Mike, not just that. If you actually go to the DJI website, the batteries for the goggles, they've been out of stock for a while.
Yeah, dude. Like the arms. When I went down and met
that's why I told you that I got two sets.
I was
Remember
like,
when I
dude,
told
I
you
gotta
Lon?
get some of them arms. It
Yeah,
took
that's
like
why I
a
got
week.
two
They were
sets.
back in stock. I ordered them. By the time I went back and looked again, they were out of stock again, dude.
You talking about the brace arms?
Yeah,
You
the
talking about
brace
those?
arms. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I like them brace arms, though.
Dude, they are
Adds
freaking
some
amazing,
stability
man.
to the drone. And flying
Hey,
that
real
PV,
quick,
it's
you
gonna
two
help.
guys, you know, Philly's telling me that he thinks those arms make the camera shake. Have you guys seen any of that?
I have, dude. It seems more stable with the arms on to me.
Yeah, I don't see
That's
that
what I
either.
would say. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
Philly
saying.
more
says it makes it
less
video shake.
washout coming down and whatnot. Yeah, it seems more stable.
That's what I thought too, but you know, everybody has an opinion. And he took his back off. He said he didn't like it. He said it made it. He said it made it fly bad, and he said that it made it
I
shake.
haven't had any issues. I've
Yeah,
got
I
like
wonder if he's
3
got
packs with
bent
the arms
proper.
so far.
I wonder if he's got bent
Might be a
proper.
problem with his gimbal or something.
I don't have that problem. So
No.
Could be just his controlling of the drone. I mean, if you ain't
Yeah, it's how you fly it,
you want
too.
them to fly it. You know, if you just fly it the same way every time, you're going to get prop wash and this and that. And it's going to handle different with the arm braces on than without the arm braces, especially like punch outs and stuff like that, FPV style stuff. There's more drag on it. You know what I mean? But in the overall, I think it was more stable.
I think so
I've
too
seen
because
one-
they flex. The arms flex without those braces.
Yeah.
hey,
You know,
That
it flex good
vibration.
or bad. That's the question. Is it like a shock absorber, you know, that keeps the vibration out, or is it bad that it flexes and it causes you to fly?
There's always a resonation in motors and props and whatnot. Every little ding on the prop's going to add more resonation to the motor, so every arm's going to take more stress. You put those braces on, it's obviously going to support more. So the more beat up props, things like that, aren't going to affect it as much. There's lots of advantages to having those arms on there. Those braces.
Hey, Lon, do you agree with Rocket White just said?
No, but you know, everybody's welcome to their opinion in my world. You know what I mean? But people, there's always going to be someone that is that. You know, it's like I get what a lot of people say about DJI, but if they were putting out a product with no improvements, then okay, I'm with you. If they put out the iPhone 10 and then they put out the iPhone 11, it was the same goddamn phone. Okay, then okay, fine, I'm with you. I get it. But the Air 2, yeah, the Air 2 is and the Air 2S they got the same frame, but the camera's different. The obstacle avoidance is different. It's a different drone.
The anti-sync is different.
I
Yeah,
have to agree with them at some point. The DJI sells their name the most. Same way like Samsung. How many phones does Samsung put out? And they're all on the same Samsung name. But then you get like the Samsung S20 comes out, and then they've got the JT20, and it's like a quarter of what the Samsung S20 would be.
Right.
But they use that name and they play with it and have that Samsung backing. So people are like, oh, it's a Samsung phone, it's going to be great. So they just buy it anyway. So the cheap grade phone then sells like hotcakes because it's got the Samsung name on it. Same thing with DJI.
The thing is, who else are you going to go to? DJI doesn't really have any competition. They pretty much are a monopoly in the drone game.
They've got their name
like
out
Walmart with box
push
stores.
them.
Like nobody competes against Walmart when it comes to big box stores.
I would say it's probably 50% of their name and 50% product.
DJI could put out the same
With
exact
DJI.
product like iPhone does sometimes, and it would still sell.
Especially when they're pushing these products out as fast as they've been pushing them in the last year.
Right.
How many drones have come out from DJI in the last year? What,
Let's say
5,
they put out
6?
the Air 2S with just the 2 extra sensors, people would still buy it just because it had those 2 extra sensors.
Yep.
It would still fly off the shelves, even if it was just a minor improvement. Because that's all Apple does. I mean, each one of their phones is only a little bit better than the last one, but it's not enough to make me want to upgrade every time. I'm always 2-3 generations behind.
Me too. I'm the same way. Like I still have
the iPhone 10, the XR.
I still got an 8. And it still work fine.
I'm with you there too, Rocket. I'm going to keep on drinking my Jim Beam. Fuck all that Budweiser. And I don't need no
But if-
spritzer in my shit. I'll just
If there was 2 more companies out there, or even another company that's big and is moving drones like DJI,
That phone is
Yeah.
a piece of junk. By the
Well,
way,
it would be a
Alltel's getting
different
up there.
story.
Alltel's getting up there. They are
that
making
phone is a
some
piece
moves.
of junk, Lon.
I mean,
all I'm
Alltel
saying
is,
is-
but they're still not mass
That-
producing, and they don't have multiple models that you can buy. Like,
So,
they don't have a big
like-
selection.
Okay, to go along with this, the FEMI just went out. The FEMI's a great drone, supposedly, right? All
But the
these
cameras are having
capabilities,
issues.
this and that, but the product isn't backed by a company that's worth a shit. They've always faltered in the past, so therefore everybody looks back on that. So their name brand is not there to back them. Even if it is a great drone that they put out, it's not going to back them because of the faults they've had before because of their name brand. Whereas DJI have always managed to come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're backed by Xiaomi. Xiaomi's a huge corporation, actually.
Mhm.
FEMI is. But bottom line is, DJI didn't build its reputation out of nothing. Okay, it's not all marketing hype. And that's the
Consistency.
thing that people say. Hey, it's not marketing.
Consistency.
It's like, no,
Even though
man.
there's faults.
They've
They're
been
still
building.
consistent.
They've been building consistent, reliable drones for a decade.
Yep.
Okay, you know they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you know every year they come out with a new drone or however often, and it's pretty rock solid. You know, and you can't
Same with
argue
the
with that.
FPV thing. The FPV drone side, the whole system works great. When you try to implement other stuff, it's not so great. But yet DJI is already saying in their chats and whatnot, if you go through the forum, oh, we're looking to fix it. We know there's an issue. We're looking to fix things. So they're staying on top of it, you know, as far as that. But you get some things like Adrian, man, a simple cable. Oh, we're not going to fuck with him. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Well, I
But
heard
that's
that the
part of the
FEMI Mini
drone.
was having
If you don't
issues
have
too.
that cable, you can't fly the damn thing. So it's an implementation that, you know, they need to work on. But that's their system itself in DJI. That's just their marketing, you know, something they have to work on.
I mean, unfortunately, hey, how you doing, Thomas Ariels? Thank you for coming in, sir. As a matter of fact, to kind of piggyback off of you, Mike, I think it's just a crappy freaking design, man. It's
Yeah,
the crappiest
it
design
is,
in the
dude.
world, dude.
We've had the same problem with like the Fat Shark batteries that
It's
mount
the
on the
crappiest
goggles.
freaking design,
The
man.
cables are real cheap, and I've like bought 3 Fat Shark battery things for my analog drones because the cable breaks or this or that. I've got 2 of them over there that I've torn apart. and
Adrian,
rebuilt.
why don't you look into that mold
So-
that Dobo made for the battery to go on your thing? That was actually a cool design because it holds the cable in place.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
But I mean, it's
To
better
me,
than
I've
putting it in
been
your
flying
pocket.
FPV enough that generally when I fly analog, I've got a 4S battery pack in my pocket, the cable that comes off the goggle.
By the
So
way-
to me, it wasn't a big deal because I'm putting it in a pocket, but I've dealt with that before.
Ron's
So
got one. Yep.
the cable that they've got is not the greatest connection. I would design it differently off the battery pack so that it didn't have that lead coming off and have that bend point, you know, with the cable to the connector. And that's where Adrian's issue came up, was right there at the connector to the cable. If it wasn't that, there wouldn't have been an issue. But you're putting that goggle battery in your pocket all the time, 4-foot cable. So anytime you turn your head, you might be tugging on it or this or that.
Yeah, but the
Same
one
thing
that,
with the Fat Shark batteries.
but that
You
thing
have
that
it in your
Dobo
pocket,
made
the
actually
cable
holds it in
tugs.
place. Show him, Lon. Show.
Well,
give you
yeah,
a-
Mike has seen these, and fat straps come with a holder as well
Right.
that works just as good. It's just a matter of implementation. I don't disagree it's a bad design. I would have made it come off at an angle. I would have made the cord be a 90-degree angle or something.
Yep.
Or I would have had 2 ports.
The
I would have
battery
had one
and
port.
cable design is the problem. It's not the implementation of putting the battery onto your strap. That's not the issue.
That's
It's
not what I'm
the
talking
cable
about.
and battery design that's the problem.
But I'm saying
People get
that
less stress over time by leaving it in there and only unplugging it just to charge the
Having
battery.
it so it was tucked
Never-
away and
never
not
removing
sticking
that
out. I
cable.
mean, you got an inch of a cable sticking out off a USB-C type or USB cable that's just flipping around. So every time you bump it, I mean, my phone's the same way. If I don't plug it in the right way nowadays, it's not getting a good charge because those cables are so chintzy to begin with, and the connection to them is so chintzy. Every little bit of adjustment, you start bending and flexing, it's just shit connection, dude. Next thing,
yeah, I probably would have went with a different plug. I don't disagree with that. I think the reason they went with USB-C is because of the connection to the charger.
The power
delivery
and whatnot. Yeah,
it's the power delivery.
Fast charge through USB-C.
Yeah, it's the power delivery.
Yep.
You got to have USB. So I would have went with 2 plugs, one in and then one out to the goggles. And I would have used a different type of plug for the goggles.
Yeah, I would have.
I agree with you that there's other ways to
plugs
handle it.
in there, like they've got like on your drones out of your radio, where it's a flat USB-C type at a 90, would be better than just having it sticking out like that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just a 90
little
degree.
90-degree angle coming out of there so that it lays flat and doesn't hang up and pinch on it.
Now, wait a minute, Lon. Do me a favor. I'm going to blow you up. Show me that battery holder thing again.
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
I think you might like that, Adrian, because you said you didn't like it being in your pocket and stuff. It holds everything nice and tight together.
Being in my pocket's kind of nice. I get used to it. I've been doing it for a couple of years with my analog goggles, so it has its advantages.
Yeah, this don't work. And then you have this. He printed this for me.
So that's the original Dobo battery.
He's selling them though too, right?
Yeah, he's selling them now. And then it has cable management on the bottom.
And it fits the fat strap.
Let's show them
Yep,
the clip
this is the
on
back
the
strap right here.
goggles.
So you can use the regular straps too if you want.
Yeah.
Well, show them how it holds it into the goggles. Like the little, doesn't have a little clip on where it goes into the goggles.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, and this is stress relief at the goggles. Right there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little clip to hold it on so the cable pinches.
I think that
So that's similar to the DJI mod.
Good night, Bob Casey. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you for coming in, sir.
Yeah, I had a zip tie here before. I zip tied it here, and then I had mine. I used the Velcro strap and strapped my battery to the DJI strap before I got my fat strap. I just used the Velcro strap and strapped it to
So this is just a 3D print that's offline,
Right.
Thingiverse. It's just the battery management for the cable. It holds it in tight, just like he's got there or whatever.
So basically, by you doing that, you don't have to keep unplugging it, right?
Just
so
to charge
this
it.
then plugs to the battery way down
No, not that. No,
But this always
for the
stays
goggles.
connected
You
now.
just leave it there.
Yeah, this is always connected now. I just use the battery to plug in and then power up the battery. I don't power up from there. I don't ever unplug or replug that.
Well, same
It
with
stays like
Lonzo,
this in the
Adrian.
case and everything.
Same with Lonzo. He just has to unplug it from the battery. The little
Yeah,
Just
you put
unplug
the
it,
cable up
plug it.
underneath and then set it in the case.
But Justin, but see, the thing is that when it comes to that design, I mean, I if I'm not mistaken, he has a website where he's selling them on the website. You know what I mean?
He's doing it on Etsy or
But I believe for that piece, he won like 30, $40.
No, I don't know. I can look
I'm
it
not
up
sure
for
what
you.
he wants for the battery mount.
I
Battery
think
mount's like
It's like
20 bucks.
25, 30 bucks. Something
I
like
think
that.
it's called like original double store something.com, something like that.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
still not bad though
an
for
Etsy
convenience, Adrian. Because
Huh?
you never have to mess with that cable until you go to replace it.
Except for the plug-in part. Well, the plug-in part is where Adrian had his problem, though. It's the
Well,
other
because it was
end
in his
that he
pocket.
had all the problem with. It
Right,
wasn't
but
the end by the goggles. It was the end by the battery connection that Adrian had his issue.
Well, if he's
So
just
even connecting it up there doesn't matter. But yeah, put it in your pocket, sitting down, flexing. If you sit down to fly, you put it in your back pocket, you sit down, and now that cable's flexed in your pocket into that battery pack. And I think that's where maybe some issues have been coming with the cable.
But with the head mount, I think it would last longer because he would
Yeah,
just be
having it
unplugging
all
it
up on
right
the
there.
goggles, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd probably last a little longer. You're not messing with it as much.
That's what I'm saying. If you're just easy with it
Yeah.
and pull it out gently.
But
and
it's
plug
weight
it
up
in,
on the goggle
charge it.
too. So you got now a battery pack on one side of your head hanging up there. So that I got away from that when I was flying the analog and just started putting it in my pocket. I usually wear like, a pair of jeans or whatever, and I'll leave my wallet in the car, and then the back pocket where the wallet goes is where the 4S battery goes, and I just plug in and unplug as I go, so I don't pull it from because I've had issues with the powered connector going in, the barrel connector going in the goggles. So I leave that all the time and try to keep that, and then just plug the battery as I go.
It's just individual preference, Adrian. You
Yeah.
just got to decide which way you want to go.
How you like it and how you like it mounted, or
I think what you're
what's supposed to
complaining
be.
about, though, because you said you don't really like it in your pocket, I think that would be the way to go.
We went down there flying with Londa one day or whatever, and his like DJI battery. He's like, "Oh shit, man, my battery's dead." So I reached over to my analog stuff. I pulled out the cable that goes to my analog goggles. It's just a barrel connector, but it has a balance lead for like the DJI goggles and whatnot. And but it's basically just your barrel connector, and it connects to a 4S. So he plugged into my battery cable with the 4S battery that I had, and he was able to fly the rest of the day without having to worry about a battery. So there's advantages to having that too.
Hey, Mac. Another thing that I noticed is on the website on DJI, besides the USB type cable, they also sell this one. You probably gonna know what I'm talking about. They also have the
or regular battery.
No. Wait a minute.
It's probably set up for like a LiPo battery.
They also have the
XT60 connector on it.
They have the it's called the DJI FPV power cable XT60.
Yeah, see,
Right.
So you can put a regular 4S battery or 2S battery on there. One of your regular LiPos, plug it in, it'll run it. The DJI goggles will take up to like a 4S power. So any of the batteries that I fly out there for my drones pretty much are mostly 4S. Any of the batteries I fly, I can just plug it right in and use it as my goggle battery.
Another place you could try
It doesn't
too,
have to be that little micro thing that they've got.
Adrian, has tried Drone Valley's website. They usually take all the cables and they'll make like upgraded, better braided cables and stuff on their website.
And
like he redesigns a lot of the DJI cables and makes them better.
And
you might have one. FPV.
Yeah, and I understand all of that, Justin. But you did understand my gripe with them, right?
Oh yeah. I'm not getting it. I'm just saying for the future,
Adrian,
like if you want a better cable,
this is basically what they're selling you, man.
places.
So this one's got the barrel connector and it's got a balance lead because the Fat Sharks, to run the fan on the Fat Sharks, you need the balance connector. So it's set up for Fat Shark, where it's got the barrel and the XT, the balance lead. But the other end is just an XT60 connector with a voltage regulator in it built in. So any 4S battery I can plug into this and then plug this into my goggles, DJI or my regular goggles. It's the same.
And it will work just fine.
And it'll work as your goggle battery.
Okay.
And because DJI has the built-in fan, you only need the barrel connector. You don't need the actual balance lead. Whereas the Fat Sharks, you need the balance lead in order to run the fan. But yeah, that's the cable that Lon used when his battery went dead when we were down there flying. His battery was low, was giving him warnings. I was like, here, dude. And I tossed him this cable and he hooked it up to his DJI. Now, the voltage in your DJI goggles will give you your goggle battery voltage. It's not calibrated for a 4S. So you'll have to calibrate or whatever, but it still works though. You know what I mean? Still powers your battery all day, your goggles all day. And these 4S batteries will last a lot longer than that little pack that they send us. But yeah, that's
you got different options, Adrian.
Charger cable that Lon so he can fly the rest of the day with his FPV rig.
But I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't matter what electronic company it is. Cables just suck, period. Whether it's an Apple
cables are crap.
Cable technology is
with cables that break or inside the cable. They're silicone cable wires or this or that. And you tug them a few times, the next thing you know, they pull apart. And
I mean, I've seen
Inside the
$50
coax
phone
cable.
charging cables that were supposed to be rated, you know, that cost $50, $60. I've seen them go out just as quick as a $5
Yep.
one from Walmart.
Yep. Just
Oh, don't get me started
battery.
on HDMI cables. I've replaced my HDMI cables like 3 times since I've lived here.
Yeah.
You know, they just go bad. And I don't buy cheap ones. I'm buying, you know, high dollar monster ones are like $40, $50 a pop.
Oh yeah, those
And
are
I got
expensive.
6 things that I hook up, and I spend like $200 every time I replace them.
Hey, Aldiaz, have a good night, buddy. Thank you for coming in. So, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and call it a night as well, fellas. Thank you so much.
Dude, you're over 2 hours already.
Coming in. Yeah, man, already 2 hours and 30 minutes, and
Steady moving, brother.
I'm pretty tired, man. I've been up since 4 o'clock today, man, this morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I put 2 links up for battery holders for you. I put Dobo's up in the chat, and I put one that's on Amazon too.
Ooh.
Up on the chat too. So that's the one from Amazon, of course.
Yeah.
And that one, and then the Dobo one, I put up earlier. It's a Etsy.
So
it's
the Dobo one
$21.99.
works with the fat strap, and the one that he put up from Amazon works with the regular DJI strap.
Yeah, I'm not. Was that the case, Mike?
Yeah, I think the one that you put up from Amazon only works because it goes on the back of that tri-point strap for the DJI goggles. So the original DJI strap, it will fit on that one best. But the one that Dobo's got will fit on the fat strap the best.
Right.
And the fat strap is way better. It's a lot stiffer. It'll give you a snugger fit. So it takes care of some of that light leakage on the goggles as well. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, it's a good strap either way.
Yeah,
that comes with all the stuff for it, man. I mean, like cable line connectors, the stowaway for the cable that comes down next to the goggle, all that shit comes with an Allen wrench, all that shit on Amazon. It's a good deal.
Yep.
It depends on how you want to mount it. If you want it on the back of your head or if you want it on the side of your head. If you want it on the side of your head, go to the first link. If you want it on the back of your head, go to the second link.
You know what? That's a fair assessment, actually. That's a fair
both
assessment.
Great attachments.
You can't go wrong. They're not holding your head together. They're just, you know, they're holding a 3-ounce battery up. You know what I mean?
Keeping it close. It makes it easier to take off your air unit or your goggle unit and have it all in one and not like have this big long cable hanging off in your battery, take off your goggles, then you got to pull the battery out and all that. It is nice to have it compact.
But just remember
this was my number one hang up with this setup. All these cables hanging, and then I was hooking it up to my phone when I first got it too, because I thought that would be a good idea. So I had one cable on one side, one cable on the other.
I don't even think
one in my pocket.
I don't even think you had that battery reservoir when we met up.
No, I don't think so. I think I was using the fat strap one.
Yeah,
the fat strap comes with a dealio that puts the battery on your strap. By the way,
I think you were using the other one though.
It was a 2, I think. Yeah.
Well,
so it comes with
there's one positive thing out of this, Adrian. At least it was nothing serious, and you were able to figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, take that as a win.
$20 cable real quick, and cables go
I mean, at least it was just that, and you were able to figure it out. So at least be happy about that. It was nothing serious.
Yeah, I'm happy that I figured it out, man. Because
this comes with it. That's a battery holder right there.
That's the DJI battery to hold it up and down instead of sideways.
Yeah, this is the one that comes with fat strap.
Yep.
They sent me 2. They sent me a black one and the matching one. But anyway, this is the fat strap one. I put Velcro in it because it's not that tight, because it's made for a battery like
it's not very
Mike uses.
It'll slip around quite a bit.
Yeah, so I put Velcro in it, and I put a piece of Velcro on the back of the battery so that it was held in there better, so it didn't move around.
Yep. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for
Thanks, Adrian.
Mike,
all right, Adrian, we'll see you later.
Justin, Lon, everybody in the chat, everybody that came in previously, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you guys, man.
So it's the weekend. We're looking for FPV video, and you just said you had your FPV DJI drone fixed. So we're ready for some acro, Adrian.
Yes, Mike. No,
we're ready for some acro, brother.
No, hell no. Hey, you're gonna, Mike, you're gonna get some You're gonna get some sports mode.
That's all right. Just don't beat your shit
Well,
up,
you're
man.
not gonna get no
Laugh,
acro.
dude. Make it
That's
laugh.
all right, you two. You saw I got mine up, so you guys
When
kiss
you're
my
ready
hand.
for it, you'll be ready for it. You'll know.
I got my FPV video up, so you guys can both kiss my buns.
And by the way,
Mine's up too.
hey, Mike. By the way, I have my Tiny Hawk coming. It's gonna be here Thursday.
That's good, man. I'll be looking forward to that next weekend, man. Hit me up if you need anything, man.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
try to help you whatever I can do.
Have a good night, fellow. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you guys.
Y'all take care.
Everybody in the chat, blind in, thank you for coming in. JSK Enterprise. Everybody that came in, Rocket White. Good night. Aldea, Jim Jordan, Lon, Thomas Ariels, thank you for coming in, sir. Unlimited Verticals. Everybody that came in, thank you so much. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys later.